early morning right now.
Anyway, so what I was thinking is we could talk about the Elf City first, because I think probably more people are interested in hearing about the Legacy mode, so we'll save the best for last. Um,
Yep.
I don't know a whole lot about it other than just what Jagex has released. Like, I don't have any insider information on it or anything, so
They did do some podcasts on it, but I don't know if you listened to them or not.
I did not listen to them, no.
Yeah,
Very
they
very
had,
long podcasts.
I know a fair amount.
I
Sweet.
know a fair one as well.
So what have you guys heard so far about Elf City?
I'm just excited for the Dark Lord that they are gonna release who he is at the quest.
What, the boss
I-
fight?
What?
The boss fight.
Who's what?
Is it a boss fight? The Dark Lord.
I have no idea, but they just said they're gonna reveal the identity of the Dark Lord. I have no idea who it's gonna be because they already confirmed it's not Zamorak, and I mean it could be Sliske, but I have no idea.
I'm guessing it probably won't be Zeros either.
Yeah,
Those are
I
only-
think they've already confirmed that too. It's not Zeros.
And those are only the two like bad major gods.
Yeah, it might be
Never
just a new
know.
character. I mean they've never really said if it's an existing character or not.
Yeah. It'd be
Yeah.
funny if
It's
it's
the
just like a
Elder gods.
complete troll, like it's I don't know, some random RuneScape
Like Brassica
NPC that we
Prime.
never.
It's Yelp.
Yelps has returned.
Well, they did say
Oh
they
my
were gonna put Yelps in the game eventually, like during a
Yeah,
quest,
so
we
we
can
could kill
him.
him. Yeah. See, I don't
guess
I
we're
don't
gonna kill
understand
him
that.
and then.
Yelps could be
Yeah.
the Dark Lord, and that could be like the ending of the Elf City Master Quest.
But they're basically going to do the same thing with Alice, and then it would just be really, really wrong. Like trying to kill Alice off wouldn't it? Like it's not as satisfying as killing Yelps. But
Yeah.
one of the biggest updates with the Elf City, which I'm looking forward to, because I'm not maxed out like you guys, bit the noob of the conversation here. But the first batch update, the big batch update, which they're going to release for the Elf City, is going to include a few skills, two of which I'm looking forward to: mining and woodcutting. Because I still need to get those to level 99. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I think in terms of like the training platforms which they're going to include, I'm quite excited about sort of how creative that's going to be, and it's going to really sort of make a different community thrive around there as well. That's what I'm looking forward to.
And it does say all the skills are aimed at between levels 75 and 99. So I don't know if that means that you have to be a level 75 to start training, or if it's going to get higher than that. Like maybe there'll be a level 90 mining spot. That might be kind of cool if that comes out.
It would.
Yeah.
Would be cool.
I'm kind of excited for the training too, because like I am maxed on my main account, but I've been playing on my newbie account a lot lately, and anything that makes skilling faster would definitely be a big help.
Yeah, it would be a big help. I think people might rage against anything which is hugely fast though, like because a lot of people. I remember Drumgun, one of the guys in the top high scores. He made like a really interesting forum thread around the end game of RuneScape and experience, and how a lot of people experience is the end game for people, and that's what they're going for. A lot of people rage about it, how they make things easier on the game. So I don't know how much easier they can make it. Like there's a farming update, isn't there? Crystal tree farming, where you can now
Yeah, I
harvest.
can't wait. I can't wait for that because
Yeah.
you probably know I'm obsessed with farming, so
Yeah, I can
that's
tell.
all, that's all I do.
Aren't you going for 120k, or have you already got
Yep.
that?
No, I'm
Just
going
look at
for
his
it.
bank video. Just look at his farming supplies.
I was
Like-
going, I was going for the 120 farming too until I lost all motivation to do warbands anymore.
Yeah,
I
I
can
don't have
tell.
time to do that. It's just like I don't like how that's time based. It's like unfair on me. It's like you work full time and I can't get on in time for it. It's like, ugh.
Farming does
Sucks.
seem to be mostly warbands now, because like magic seeds are I think the cheapest they've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Like 150k or something like that. Pretty close.
That's
Yeah.
because of necks and
I
a lot of
have yet to
bosses.
do trees.
Barrows as well. Barrows drops magic seeds.
And a lot
And
of it is just because people train farming through warbands now. I don't think nearly
Yeah,
as many
same
people actually
same with
do tree runs.
same with smithing and construction and
What about
herb lore, maybe. I don't know. Some people still make overloads.
Overloads are
yeah,
great,
what's this
but
new-
there's no reason to make make any potions before overloads if you do warbands.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just so expensive.
totally so.
Yeah, I've heard people now getting 99 herbal without making a potion. I'm like, what? It's just like what?
That would take
It's
forever
so-
though.
It would, yeah.
Cleaning herbs
It
for
ruins
the
the
win.
economy, surely. Like,
No,
I don't know.
cleaning
It's-
herbs for the win.
yeah,
10k an
yeah.
hour.
Yeah, it's mental, and it gets a bit of money. But one of the biggest updates, which I pointed out on the, or which I looked at on the PDF, which you probably put in the description, won't you, Munkle?
I'll put it in the
because
description of this video when it goes up. Yeah.
they've made like a huge sort of book on it, and there's not loads of information on there, but the thing which I spotted was the divination NPCs, where it's time to make a bit more money from the divination locations, and it doesn't actually contribute to your daily gathering, so you can still gather, you know, your normal produce and get extra items. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Actually, just under that, the new Shattered Heart statue. That is gonna suck for Trim. Another
I was
32
gonna
weeks.
say.
I'm just finishing my statue next week, and now I have to do that 32-week one when it comes out.
They did say that they're changing it because a lot of people half against the half for it on the higher level forums, so they're gonna change it because 32 weeks is quite long with no one trimming.
Well, apparently they might still keep 32, but they're gonna change it where it won't become a trim requirement right away. It'll take 32 weeks for it to become a requirement.
They did a straw poll on it, and then if you look on higher end forums, they're gonna change it. They said, well, Osborne said he's gonna change it.
All right, good, because 32 is just a little too long.
Yeah,
that's
I've
court
done my
cases basically.
Yeah, I've done my 30 weeks of Strange Rocks, and that's bad enough. I don't want to do an extra 32.
Yeah.
I kind of like the whole thing where trim is something you have it, but then you really have to work for it. A new update comes out and it takes a really long time to get it. It makes getting trim and keeping it really a commitment, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing.
They should bring out 5,000 Fistigathics games. As a trim requirement.
Yeah, and Max Zeals and Soul Wars.
Yeah.
Good GG life and like.
I don't think any mini game would really work unless it's something that you can AFK like Castle Wars. Because mini games are just awful.
Soul Wars with that activity meter, GG.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, 10,000 trouble brewing. Let's do it, man.
I wonder if Trouble Brewing is ever going to be reworked, because I've heard rumors of more mini games getting reworked.
They actually said they were going to rework it like 3 years ago. Still hasn't happened.
I guess that's a no then.
It was in like the yearly message. They're like, we're going to be making all these mini games better. Trouble Brewing is going to be actually worth it, and they haven't even done it yet.
Do people want mini games to be better though? Because like when Braska Prime mini game came out, like that wasn't really that hype. Didn't they have to make it instance like after the first day because no one did it?
Because of boosting, I think.
Because of boosting. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like every other mini game.
Everyone just as soon as the mini game comes out, people just find a way to exploit it straight away just to boost it. Again, it's just about XP, isn't it? A lot of people play XP. Like I try and promote the fun part of the game rather than that all the time.
Well, the future,
even though it is a big part, but
the future of mini games is probably bonus XP. Like the only reason Soul Wars is still alive is because it's technically the best fishing XP in the game.
Soul Wars?
Yeah. Or I mean, sorry, Stealing Creation. That's what I meant.
I was gonna say, I'm like, wait, what?
Don't get everyone to go Soul Wars right now.
It's the same with Woodcut bonus. Same with Barbarian Assault. That's like 500k GT an hour bonus.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like if you're really good, for the average player, it's probably more.
Yeah, it's like 300, 400k maybe.
But yeah, agility is totally worth it doing with Barbarian Assault if you can get a team. You don't even have to have a great team for it to be worth it, because agility is like 70k an hour normally.
So the mining's worth it as well. If you do lava geysers, that's like 450k an hour with bonus from BA, but no one knows about that.
Are lava geysers this thing in the lava flow mine that spawn every 10 minutes?
Yeah, they give 30k XP per with bonus.
Yeah, it's just tell me about that.
Yeah, they're luck based though. The more people that does it, the less XP you get. So I may have just ruined every high level forum person. So GG, whatever.
Was that method where you could like world hop and get a ton of geysers fixed?
You war hop, find geysers, and then just if you solo them, they give 30k XP with bonus from Barbarian Assault. Because a lot of people did warbands for mining, and they realized that it's going to take too long. So people found out about lava geysers. Well, it was always there, but no one done them because of warband. Warbands is much easier to do.
Oh, I'm going geysers.
There are 5 skills in warbands though, and I mean even though you technically can max them all out without spending a cent or any time other than just doing warbands, it would take years and years to do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to decide, like, am I incredibly rich and can I afford to actually train these skills, or should I go do mining and then save my money and not have to PVM to make my own money? But that's the thing is, like, it seems like when you talk about skilling now, it's all going for 200 mil.
Well, not for me. I'm still going for 99.
Good fight.
It's on his own.
Yeah, I'm on my own here. But yeah, talking about El City again, going back to there, and the voice of Sarin, right? I think that sounds pretty neat, and I'm just wondering if there's anything in the game which is similar to that at the moment. So do you guys know about the voice of Sarin? Have you read it on the?
Oh yeah,
doc?
it's like where it's bonus experience for like one of the clans.
It's like 20% or something. In
Yeah,
like
I think
one of the
I think
areas.
that would be better. Like if that's cool because that'll like change it where you're not going to be training the same thing over and over. Like if you're trying to get 299s there or whatever in 2 different clans, if you're training agility and then let's say the woodcutting one is on the voice of Saren, you can go woodcut, get a break from agility or something.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty
then
cool.
just straight agility.
I can't wait for that new agility course to come out. Like that might seem the strangest thing to say
Silverhawk
because it's
boots.
agility. Yeah, and
Hey.
Silverhawk boots, that too. But I'm actually interested
if
to
you've got
see
like
if
160 mil.
it'd be cool if they have a course that's like 100k an hour without bonus.
Yeah,
That'd be
that'd be.
pretty sick.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I would
boots.
like if it's better XP than I don't know Barrow and Assault, and it's worth doing instead of Silver Boots all the way.
I don't think anything's really worth doing instead of Silverhawk boots if you can afford them. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it does cost a lot. Like, I mean, I did obviously buy the feathers for 99 agility. It cost me about 160 mil.
from
Well,
what level
Jesus.
was
Let me have a look. Well, it was probably about 150 mil from level 89, I think.
that? And feathers have
So-
gone up since then too.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah.
they've gone up since then. They're like 25k each. So I bought them at I think about 15k each or something, 16k. So I got quite lucky there. You can, if you merchants, if you like, played it right, you could have made a lot of money on it, a heck of a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of some people who stockpiled feathers when they first came out and they're selling for 5k each and they still have them.
Wow, that's just mental. Well, they're just going to keep rising, aren't they, at the end of the day? So
No, they're stable about 22k each because
it's not too bad then.
GP per XP only a certain amount of people were willing to pay more than 22k, which is not a lot.
Aye.
Supply and demand, basically.
Can you still get them off the treasure hunter or are they gone?
Yes, you can.
Supposedly. I've not
Yeah, it's
had
like-
one since, though.
You can get it's a rare item, it's a red item, it's 150.
I know you can still get the boots themselves, but
Yeah, you still can get feathers as well, but I haven't had them yet.
boots are
So-
insanely rare. I had a friend who got them like 4 days ago, so
They're like worth 3 mil, I
Congratulations.
think it is. I think it's 3 mil, so it's a bit like one spin equals 3 mil. Well,
At the weekend, I spent on bonds just to make sure I got them. I got like 75 keys.
yeah,
But I'm just saying, it was. I wasn't going to be the one who actually missed out on that. So I had the money from PVM at the end of the day. So I thought, why not? Because I just wasn't gonna get the time to train up at 99 agility, legit. Let's move on from this conversation because that's quite controversial.
back to the voice of Sarah. It's a good idea. It does encourage more people to skill with each other. That's what they wanted, I guess. That's what their idea is. But it's a high level place, and if it's not the best XP power, it's kind of going to be dead. Unless it's AFK, then it may be not dead content. But yeah, a lot of high level people are just like, if it's not the best XP power, they won't do it.
I think
Yeah, fair enough.
especially the AFK, that is always going to have a place. Even if it's
Yeah.
still like people still do Ivy, even though it's not good.
I'm doing that
XP.
right now.
Yeah, living rock caverns, rock tails.
There you go.
Is
Like
Ivy-
people do Ivy and Rocktails. They don't do them because they're great XP. They do them because they're really easy.
Yeah, I do rock
Yeah,
tails too. I'm so AFK.
I still haven't fished a Rocktail myself since like I got 90 fishing, which was a year ago or something like that. But
Same.
I can see where people are coming from when they want to do that. Because it's
Well, I
like
do it when I'm editing videos. It's like
You can-
so AFK.
click on a Rocktail spot and then you can go upstairs and like make yourself dinner and come back and you're still active.
Yeah, literally.
Damn right.
And then, but oh my god, the stupidest thing happened to me the other day though when I was there. I logged into the wrong world, so I wasn't on 84. So I was on like a world by myself. I just left it there, clicked the Rocktails spawn, didn't realize no one was there with me. And then my Silverhawk boots, I got killed and I had them on. And I lost like 400 feathers.
Really?
jeez.
Did you
Yeah.
put your silver boots at level 20 defense so you keep them on
No, I
death?
didn't. I think I made them
Oh
like
my
level
God.
60 defense for some bizarre reason.
Face
I don't
mask,
know
like
why.
GG 400 feathers then.
Yeah, so it's quite a lot of money down the drain.
Yeah, you make them level 20 defense or they can be
Yeah, I've done
level
that now.
1. Yeah.
Yes, that's a big tip to everybody. Make sure your Silverhawk feathers are still level 20 defense or
And
whatever.
we're back to Silverhawk boots again.
Oh my god, yeah.
Name the podcast that.
The Silverhawk
Yeah.
Boots podcast.
How OP can they get?
Okay,
Right,
and
I've got.
one thing I
Go
was
on.
thinking is we could definitely, like, every once in a while, and this won't happen often, but just glance at the Twitch chat and possibly answer a few questions.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
someone said like Divine
mean-
Spirituals could be same as pre-OC. At the moment they are same as the OC. They're not same as pre-OC, but that could change. Like everything else could change because it's basically pre-alpha or pre-beta. I mean,
Mhm.
People are saying what's going to happen with Drygors. Well, that depends. Like, at the moment, Drygors in the Legacy mode and all, if you guys didn't watch the stream at all, they work. They're the best melee weapon, non-special weapon, that is. So they do the best DPS. So I imagine that they're probably going to maybe stay around the price that they are. I don't think they're going to raise a super high lot because people that are mostly interested in doing the Legacy mode and coming back into the game because of that are probably going to be PKers who are more interested in PKing than like training their melee stats. But we'll see.
Yep.
They might rise a little bit. They might crash a little bit. I don't think they're going to, have the bottom drop out of the market or anything because of this Legacy mode though.
No, yeah, I agree. And KK actually isn't getting. Well, that's another situation, but it's going off topic. I was going to talk about the boss changes and stuff, but KK actually isn't really getting buffed from what I've seen
KK
with the
is
boss changes.
currently almost impossible in Legacy mode because there's no way to voke.
Yeah,
But
true.
hopefully something like that will be added.
Yeah, just a Vogue thing.
And also
Voke
something
what?
to do resonance. I guess like you could just stare voke with KK.
no,
So-
you can just bring your War Priest and just be like, YOLO War Priest every KK hit.
And just hope you get that 5% chance of blocking.
Ring
Oh,
of what is it? The Superior Ring from Player on Ports as well, and just Spirit Shield and just like
Leviathan,
yeah, the Leviathan ring.
Leviathan.
I imagine though, like to kill KK, you're probably gonna need more people in Legacy mode. Like you
Yeah.
probably won't be able to do.
Well, you just
KK.
wouldn't do it, would you? It would be like one of those challenges, PVM challenges or something. To like try and do it. You
Yeah,
wouldn't
when
do it
like
efficiently.
when people tried to solo like Next for the first time, all them challenges. But Next now is just a joke to solo, especially with with Ascension seismics. Like you can easily do 3-kill trips, but that's another topic. That's not Legacy.
Yeah. So with the Elf City, the order of how it's coming out, they're bringing out the quest first, aren't they? Like if a couple of months before even the big batch updates and everything. Like, if I've read that right,
Yeah.
the quest is
think
going to be
that's
like
right.
an hour or something, or it's going to be a few hours. I've heard it's going to be a big one, like rather than the short ones recently.
The quest or the boss fight?
The
quest.
quest, yeah.
Okay, I thought you said boss fight. I'm like, 2-hour boss fight? What?
We really
Can't do
need another
that.
really long quest. Like,
Like a
when was the
raid.
long time we have a quest? We had a quest that took over an hour to complete.
Fate Gods was an hour, I think.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was just a quick quest, though.
I did
Like,
the
I
Valley
want-
Gods in like 30
without a
minutes.
guide, it was like an hour, but with a guide,
We
it's
should
like-
have another, like, Ritual of the Majrad or Walk Out the
That's what-
Sleeps, you know,
that-
4-hour
that's what the-
quests.
Yeah, that's what they're planning. They're planning to do like, but they're planning to not make it like Wild God of Sleep space. You just run everywhere around the map, but that's why it took so long. They don't want that. They want it filled with like
Puzzles and-
interesting content all the way through. You're not just running from point A to point B like you did on Ritual of the Madrat and Wild God of Sleeps.
But I need exercise, so running point A, point B is good.
I need to activate my Silver Boots.
But now with like,
I'll get back to that again.
if there's gonna be like more Loadstones coming into the game, there might not be much running to do after all.
Oh yeah,
I know. Lodestone will be in every square of the map soon. Like,
Yeah.
One thing I don't really understand though is like there's been a lot of complaints about Loadstones and stuff like that, but
I'm not too arsed about it.
I can remember back in like, back in the days where the only way to get around was to train your magic and teleport. I don't remember anyone saying, "Oh, this is great. I have to walk from Lumbridge to Varrock. It takes like 5 minutes." This is so
yeah, I
fun.
know, exactly.
When
It
you're
did
free
make the
to
world
play-
feel bigger though.
Not really.
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
remember it personally being like, in junior high and just absolutely hating every second of it because I had to walk everywhere.
Yeah, could your home telly has a
Yeah,
very
can you
nice
imagine the efficiency
down.
loss with XP nowadays if you had to do that?
Especially when the home telly had the half an hour recharge time.
Yeah, that's what I was on
My
about.
God, that was horrible.
Oh my god, yeah, I remember that. Oh wow.
you just like, oh, can I home tell you? Yeah, no, GG. Time to walk.
Exactly. Like back then, I didn't know about games necklaces and dueling rings. So.
Yeah, same. Like when you're free to play, you can only use a big teleport to rock, and you have to be level 25 mage. And yeah, no
Someone's-
one had 25 mage.
Someone just said, why is he killing hellhounds? He's gone mad, supposedly.
No, this is my Slayer test. I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
doing Slayer in the background.
Mhm.
So no like epic boss scene or anything. I just wanted to do something that was at
quite
least
hard to
somewhat
do that.
interesting to watch while we talk about the elf scene.
Hellhounds are pretty epic. I don't know what you're saying.
Pretty
They're
aggressive
so-
things.
I mean,
haven't-
they're AFK.
That's
So.
the first time I ever heard anyone say that, but okay. we'll go.
I mean, their
Yep.
drop table is the best. Like all you get is charms, and that's about it.
Oh, and the bones too. You can't forget about those.
It's like 500 each. Adds
Oh,
up.
shut-
Bone crusher. Charm
I
and
did get
imp.
an effigy once from Hellhounds, so there's that.
Oh yeah,
as
I
well.
did. Probably
What's
pretty
the chance of
early.
that?
I got an effigy off of a rat in Barrows.
Bullshit.
Wow.
And a champion scroll from a skeleton in Barrows.
Wow,
Oh,
nice
that's
champion
nice.
scroll. I've done all my champion scrolls, so good luck.
Oh yeah, like when I was
So-
in the UK doing the legacy mode testing, I was like, I'm gonna do some Slayer, right? And so I
Mhm.
had an Ice Strikeworms task. I go there, the very first kill, I get an effigy,
GG.
and it's on the
Everyone
test
was getting
server, so
key
I can't use
tokens.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I swear
Everyone's
to God,
getting-
everyone was getting key tokens.
Yeah,
wow.
they was.
It was such spam. Like, something fixed there, I think. Give them free XP.
Anyway, so going back to the Elf City, the other things that are coming out, it says in batch 1, there's also a new Slayer Master, because it did say Slayer
Oh,
and
yeah.
melee training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a new Slayer
Mhm.
area as well, isn't there?
I think we
I-
need one, so I'm glad about it.
Yeah, they said the Slayer Master's not going to sign anything new, but it's going to sign tasks that you do at Kurdal, and it's not going to sign the tasks that you skip, like your warp tortoises. They're like
my
stuff
God.
like that. Stuff like that
They're
you just
disgusting.
don't do. No one does. They're like calculating at the moment what tasks you skip and what tasks you do, and all the tasks that you don't do just can be in one Slayer Master. So
Wow, that's going to be
Yeah.
pretty OP.
yeah, it's going to be pretty OP. Like Slayer points are going to be near enough. You don't need to
Stacked.
cancel it. You only have to cancel 1 or 2 tasks, like every 50 tasks, something like that.
But at the
Quite
same
lucky for
time, when
me.
you're like level 90 Slayer and such, you for the most part have enough Slayer points at that point to
Yeah.
cancel almost every bad
I
task.
didn't. I used to cancel every task I didn't like.
Although you can do co-op Slayer, can't you? And then just cancel. I mean, do the task by yourself, which is good, and then quickly do the one which is bad. If you know what I mean, with your
Yeah.
co-op partner. That's quite a good method if you've not got many points.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
guess. But Slayer points are quite easy when you just farm them at, like, you do your first 9 tasks at Canifist and your 10th one at Kurdal, and you get 90 points. That's the best way to get points.
But yeah, I think they made the right choice bringing out Slayer there in the first batch, though. I think that'll be quite
I'm
liked.
just
Or-
by a lot of
really
people.
hoping that Glacors become an assignable task. Because
Yes.
I've seen people asking for that on the forums for years,
That
like
would
ever since
be
they came
It
out.
would
that
make
would be-
sense.
Super OP. Like, Glacials are already, like, OP.
Yeah,
major
but if she only
super.
signs like 100 of them per task and it's a rare
Yeah,
task,
but
it wouldn't be that
the
bad.
price of boots is already really bad. I don't want them to get
Yeah.
destroyed. I
Rago
honestly-
task.
Glacers have gotten to the
Rago
point though
task.
where you don't do them for money.
1,000 Ragos. Good luck.
Well,
That
yeah,
would
like
just be the best thing ever.
you don't do
Especially
Glacers for
Chelsea.
money anymore. You do them for XP and charms.
Yeah, you did one, so you did them for XP. and
Yeah,
charm.
they should make like a Slayer only drop from Glacors if they do that.
Oh, I
I'm
don't
still
know.
thinking
The Slayer only
now.
drops are kind of like because of the Slayer mask. It's like, oh, Abby won, so I can get Abby demons every day now. So kind of
Well, they should
made
make
it-
it really rare to get a Glacor task.
yeah. Something they can't add Slayer masks, otherwise it just doesn't work out. Like Abby won's like 4 mil, something silly like that. So, yeah.
Well, it was a bad item anyways.
No, it was good. Like level 75.
Yeah, but
I like
eh.
the idea.
All they have to do is add like a hybrid boots, so they're level 85
Yeah.
boots, but they're hybrid, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
We could really use that, and then make it like 1 out of 1,000 drop rate, and not
I mean-
release a Glacors.
I mean,
mask.
you would use that, but personally, I wouldn't power gear all the way. That's my opinion.
power-
But yeah, that's just high level PVMs. PVMers.
Well,
true.
I mean, if you look at Dragon Rider, it's not incredibly rare, and you can get it off task, but it's still kept a pretty high price. So it does show
Yeah,
that there are
because
people out there that
no
want
one does KVD.
that
for
per
money.
bonus is killer though.
Free prayer bonus. OP.
Do we need it? Yeah.
Yeah, but prayer pots are so cheap anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Does
I don't like
it's
having them
no
in
one makes
inventory.
super prayer pots, so It's just a
Super
hassle.
Purpose is a waste of time.
It is an
It's
absolute
literally
waste of
just
time.
a waste of time.
Skeletal wyverns, I swear, are like the rarest task from Kurodo.
I've had
My-
what? Why have I got so many of those?
I think I've had like
Because you
one
don't do that.
skeletal wyverns task in the last 10 mil XP or something crazy.
Yeah. I've never had a Carfight King task after 7 mil Slayer experience. Is that unlucky?
They're pretty rare as well. I
a little
hardly ever
bit.
get them.
No, I think they made them rare because of I told you just camped there for 200 mil. Slayer.
Yeah.
As soon-
I see him streaming like every other day at Carfight King Slayer task. Like how? It's like
He literally got half to his XP at Cowboy Game, probably.
And there's a couple other players that are doing that now. Just
yeah.
The Darden and Darden because he wants 104 Slayer for 120 cape.
Anyway, about time for me to get a new Slayer task. So wish me luck.
Good luck on warp
Go
tours.
skeletal weapons.
I can't get
Terror dogs.
no, I can't get Terror Dogs or Warp Tortoises. I haven't done the
What?
quest for them.
What's this? You must. Oh, you haven't done the quest.
Somebody wants you to. Somebody wants
Sukas.
show them skills.
Oh yeah, I can show skills.
So Sucres are like the best tasks ever because they aren't balanced in EOC because they still give incorrect Slayer XP per kill. So yeah, good
Yeah.
task.
I haven't done Lunar Isle quest either on here.
So is there anything really interesting to talk about now with the Elf City? I mean, or is that about it?
Other than the capes, not really.
There are a couple
Yeah, I
of
was about
things.
to say.
One thing that I thought was really interesting is, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, they're going to release like a new GE with the Elf City, but who's going to go there because we have the current GE. But then
Ooh.
I saw there's going to be a Lodestone straight to that GE.
Yes, right
Yeah.
on it.
So
And you can teleport to the other one if you want to. but-
everyone is going to be there.
And
It
you won't have
depends-
level 3s asking for money.
No, it depends.
They can't get
depends
in
which,
there.
But
no, it depends
Yeah.
which one's faster to get to. Because of the rock teleport, the Ring of Wealth is faster
done the
than those
tasks.
stolen.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, people are going to end off a boss trip and get a drop and they want to go sell it.
True.
And
Yeah, true.
I don't
And
want to
goes
say
really
this,
hard.
but in all honesty, players are lazy. They just want to Lodestone straight to there. They don't want to teleport to a bank and withdraw runes, then teleport to Verago.
That's
That's
Virago.
completely true. Yeah, right at the
That's
moment,
Virago.
yeah,
Virago for you.
it's Virago in it. You'll see loads of Viragos using it because at the moment we all use Lunar Isle because it's the closest lodestone to the bank or something. So now it's just going to be like a lodestone right next to the bank. It'll be like no one has, even me. I don't even have an excuse for slow banking now. So
And even like after I get Calfight King drops, everyone just Lodestones to Edgeville and runs there. People don't want to go to the bank and withdraw runes
No,
for.
I love some to Lunar Isle and then get a rock telly tab. It's quicker.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
true.
guess it's 2 more clicks, but yeah, I do
how
understand.
do you analyze that? Oh, 2 more clicks.
Well, you have to open your bank and then click the telly tab. But yeah,
Yeah.
All right, I got
Um,
Iron
whilst-
Dragon's task.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
nice.
yeah, the portals. They're gonna add a new player in the house portal and a portal to dungeoneering and sinkholes as well, which is gonna be convenient. I guess that's the word.
There's going to be a permanent bonfire, which I thought was a
awesome.
great idea actually.
We
Yeah,
needed
that's
that. Like we needed that for ages. Like no one likes
Yeah, the
like
Christmas
fire.
event. Everybody was there, wasn't there, at that fire? That Christmas
Yeah.
event. So.
If you go to World 48 Birth Up, no one wants to light the fire in the middle because everyone's skills there.
He's at Birthright right now, actually. I love how we were just talking about the closest bank.
Yeah,
I don't
Birth
have
Up
Lunar
actually-
Isle unlocked, so I can't go there.
Actually, Birth Up is the closest bank now, but
Right, okay. Because the update.
we still use Luna because of the surge. That's just me being efficient, but whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to admit, I do Surge. Who else
'cause
surges like everywhere?
Someone asked me what the Elf City requirements are going to be.
All
a
the
good question.
quests before it, Morning's End Part 2 up to that,
Yeah.
and Morning End Part 3 when it comes out.
I hate
Although
Warning
I did
Ends
hear
Part.
that they were thinking about perhaps providing access to at least part of the Elf City for lower level players, where you don't have to do a ton of quests to do that first.
But
Yeah.
I don't know that the quests aren't that hard to do, except for Morning's End Part 2 without a guide. If you do that
Yeah,
without a
I
guide,
got my
I
girlfriend
give
to
you
do
like,
that.
I give you a medal if you do it without a guide. Like that quest is so annoying.
But if the quest turns out to be really, or I mean, if the area turns out to be really good, people are going to be encouraged to do the quest to access it.
Someone's just said a new e-dating spot will be the Elf City. Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Instead,
be
instead
surprised.
of Southwest GE, it's gonna be Alvin City, Loadstones. Follow each other. Color follow each other.
Yeah.
It's always Southwest GE too. I mean, I don't understand. There's
Yeah.
3 other GE corners.
It's because when you teleport to the the teleport to G using
Yeah,
ring
the
life,
Varrock
the
teleport.
closest one is southwest.
Yeah, if you
And
go in
everyone,
World 48, there's always like.
Isn't it symmetrical though? Isn't east
no,
just as
no,
close?
no, because because if you look at the G entrance, there's two sides to it, and you tele on the left side to the
All right.
west side.
So you're like 2
Yeah.
squares closer.
The west side.
East side. Yeah,
But
so
yeah.
that's why everyone's in the southwest corner.
I always
Nice,
went to the
interesting
southwest
fact.
corner, but I never knew why that was.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
Well,
just
there we
like
go.
a psychological thing.
yeah, because it's the closest one. Everyone's
Social
lazy.
experiment by Jagex.
I mean, people still use the northeast one if you want to be cheap and use Dueling Rings to get to the G using the Spirit Tree. But I think Rock Telly tabs cost the same amount as Dueling Rings. Maybe
I do
more
Ring of Wealth.
That's effort. That's like 2 clicks.
I'm just super cheap, and I lodestone
But-
to edge.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. Like when I first got Ancient Magics, like pre-OC, I used to home teleport to Edgeville and run to the G because I was cheap.
You save like 300 GP on a law ring.
And then you realize you can easily just make so much GP per hour. As might as well tell you to G.
Exactly. Okay, so what else is there? I mean, it
I
I
would
says
think
like
we
it.
covered everything.
there's going to be a new Solomon store in there.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Oh,
Solomon Store. Yeah, I know. Solomon Store in Elf City. How much does that devalue it? The most prestigious place on Gillinor. Let's put Solomon Store smack bang in the middle of it.
you know it's gonna be on like top of the Loadstones, like come into Solomon's Cheddar store. You're just
You
like,
get
oh god,
automatically teleported in there. Like,
you're just gonna misclick it because they have the biggest click radius ever. It's gonna log you out, and you're just like, oh god, please, man.
That'd be
Every
really funny
NPC
if they put it like
Solomons.
right next to the GE booth, and in such a way that when you teleport in at a lodestone, your character, like if you try to click on the GE booth, you'll click on the Solomon store.
Yeah, it's gonna be like one of them things when you enter the one at the moment and you log out, and you're just like, for God's sake.
They're gonna plan this out to make it the most clickable thing.
again,
There
social
is
experiment.
another thing. Crystal Enchanter. You know, you recharge your crystal bows and crystal shields. There's gonna be a person, but they're gonna do it for cheaper. But yeah,
Well, it's
I
like
don't
100 GP to recharge the crystal
Yeah.
seeds at least.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
the
about
Everybody
the
wants
shields and
max
bows.
efficiency.
I think that's the only thing people recharge, like crystal bows.
It
with,
might be
like
easier
dead,
to get to
dead
though.
content.
Yeah, I hope they make one that's just right next to Lodestone where you can recharge those crystal seeds.
Love how lazy we are.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
problem is, well, you got to run all the way down to that magic
I
tree
know,
spot,
it's a pain.
and then the chick there to recharge your seed, she's never on your world.
You can
Yeah.
use you can use Lunar
chick.
spells and NPC contact, and she'll recharge it that way.
I
But then
never
you have to
thought of
go to-
that. Wow.
You
Oh.
didn't know that? Oh, that's a hidden update. Sorry.
I did it on 07, but I never did it on R3. That's
Yeah,
sad.
you can NPC contact her, and she'll charge it. through
I knew
NPC.
that. I just never wanted to go to Lunar Isle to change spellbooks to do that.
Change the
You,
Starbucks.
you changed my farming. I love you.
Yeah, it depends though.
Really?
If you use mage
You
all the
didn't know
time.
that? Hmm.
I
Oh, they're
didn't
gonna add,
realize it.
they're gonna add crystal implants, like you get dragon implants, but
Yeah, that's
I
interesting.
think they're not gonna be hunted because no one hunts implants.
I think you need 94 or
Exactly.
is it 90?
95.
95,
95.
so I don't know.
Although
They,
the first
Go
day
on.
that those divine implants came out, they were selling for like 800k each.
and then people realize they're pointless. So
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, didn't a friend
like-
do a
it's
video on it?
what you call it, zombie implants that people buy them because of the rare monkey skull, because of the rare greenery.
Mhm.
And
And that's
also because
pretty
it's the best construction XP in game, other than
Hey, congratulations,
like,
you've
Demon
leveled.
Thrones. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Congrats, by the way. What else is there? Oh, new titles, but then again, titles.
Yeah, how rare will he be?
That's
yeah.
the most important part of the update.
No,
The
I've got my,
undefeated title. We've got that.
I got my, we got our defeated titles. That's all I care
Yeah.
about. Even though it's kind of worth nothing now because of yeah, you can basically leech it. So yeah.
I've still only killed Vrago in 2 phases, so I'm a ways away.
Oh, we'll have to invite you to come with us at some point.
Yeah, I do. I did invite him to come with me like twice.
Oh, he dissed you.
Then like we just don't ever talk to each other because he's on like American times and I'm on like
Yeah, that's
British
true.
times. So it's just
the
like
only time we'll like interact.
it's
is
so
with him.
hard because I have to get on the same time plus make a team when our clan is completely dead like at that time. So yeah.
Yeah, and also I haven't been playing on my main hardly at all lately, so
How many?
not really.
Huh.
Mostly just been playing on this account that's on the stream.
I guess you got bored of your main.
I did. It's just like I wanted
Those
to go
maps
for
are
200
cool.
mil Slayer, but I kind of was demotivated to do it.
Yeah, I can't stand going for 200 mil star.
And once Warbands gets boring and you
99.
stop like caring about XP, it's really tough to play on a
Yeah.
maxed out account sometimes.
Yeah.
Go
That's
for
why I
trim.
try and just.
Go for trim.
Yeah, trim is fun. Totally.
Yeah. I'm at castles at the moment.
So
AFK.
Yeah.
one cool thing about the Elven Shattered Heart statue, other than the fact that trim players are gonna
It's a
hate
pain
it
in the ass.
if it ends up being a trim requirement, is you can only actually gain the rocks training in the Elf City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
if it sucks, that's gonna be horrible.
Well, if it is a trim requirement, it's going to force people to train in the Elf City. So
Yeah. So like for the first 32 weeks, if it's that long, it won't be dead at least.
Yeah, but with what they said with the Alvin voices, you get double chance of getting the rocks if the
Oh, okay, that's
Alvin
much better then.
Yeah, so basically you're gonna be like you're just gonna be waiting until someone shouts out like an FC, and then we'll just hop to that word and that place. It's just gonna be like absolutely like boosted. Like everything else was trimmed.
But that's the thing, though. Like, it's impossible to have a dead content if it is a trim requirement.
But
There is
yeah,
at least going to be some
I
people
totally
doing it.
agree. But they said they're gonna rework it, so
So
yeah.
maybe it wouldn't take 32 weeks, because that
Yeah,
seems
'cause
really harsh.
32 weeks without no one trimmed in the game is a bit long. I mean, when like Player on Port update come out, no trim for like 2 months.
Maybe they could make it like the first 2 weeks, there was no time limit, so you could just do it over and over.
Yeah, that's what some people suggested. I would like that. I don't mind powering out 2 weeks, 2 weeks of just strange rocks every time I log in.
That's
Or,
the
like, have
funnest
it
thing
reset
ever.
every day. They
That's the
could
problem.
reintroduce those D&D tickets and like have ones to reset the Elven City's Shattered Heart statue.
But no, it's gonna come from like Squid of Fortune. So
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
it's like people say you put golden tickets and castles on the Squid of Fortune. Watch the price of bonds just go. Price of bonds 20 mil each.
I heard that there's this FC where you can leech Cast Wars games, where you
No.
have your
What
main.
are you talking about?
No, I mean
better not publicize that. There's no such thing.
There's
anyway.
no such thing as that. I don't know what you're talking about.
I won't go too much into that, but yeah, it's. I'm just saying it's kind of crazy what measures people go through. Like, I know there used to be the glitch where you could log out halfway through a Castle Wars game and it would still count. So people would do that.
Right, well, talking about friends chats, right? The voice of sarin thing, that's gonna be a friends chat right there, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
Definitely.
What sector's gonna be
If
the
you want
bonus?
to, if you want to pop the
times?
FC, you better create one now.
Yeah, the voice of sarin, tax it. Shotgun.
Is Voice
yeah.
of Sarin taken as an RSN yet? It probably will be after I said that, but
Who is going
Yeah.
to be the voice of sarin?
Damn it.
So when the 90 wet PC come out, I think it was Drygles.
I've saw someone with that Drygor Mace name.
Yeah, I've seen someone with Drago Maze.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want a rare name, but Jaggers, they won't release them.
all right. Quick question: if you guys could change your name to anything, what would it be?
Steakhouse.
Steakhouse.
Okay,
Well, my
If I didn't have
nickname.
a YouTube channel.
Justice.
I want it just as Justice probably for my YouTube channel potentially, but not now because I've already created a Twitch stream with the same name as my RuneScape name, so it's kind of pointless. If people want to watch you, they'll find you, won't they? So probably doesn't really matter what your name is.
Yeah.
I'd change my name to 613.
Why
Birthday?
613?
It's my favorite number.
Oh,
613.
Yeah.
I would change
613.
my name to my real life name, which is Ashley. But yeah, because they're
Nice.
because that
Because it's a cool
count
name.
that count is discontinued, and I think because it's not on the what you call it high scores, so obviously it's yeah.
Well, the
I
name
want-
Simon is already taken, and he's like a top 50 player or something. So
Yeah,
that
so-
name's
but
never
Ash-
going to
but
get available.
Ashley isn't, so cough cough wink wink.
It's probably on some inactive free to play account.
Yeah.
It is. I think it's owned by a Girl Silent website. I'm not sure.
I
I
remember.
assume
I remember when they did that update where in like 2010 or something they released a whole bunch of names of accounts that had been inactive for years.
they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
remember that.
people just like mass created noob accounts and stockpiled names.
Yes, 'cause they just sold them back to the people that owned it in the first place.
Pretty much,
Uh,
yeah.
And that's how where lanes go. Unless you go to Jaggers and be BFF with Jagex, Raji. No, not saying any names, but yeah, that's the only way. That's the only way you can actually get a good name. Or you go to RuneFest. I think they give people at RuneFest the names they wanted.
I heard of that controversial subject.
Because a high level forums basically Mod Jane made a post about if you wanted the rare name, and then they just stopped it because of I don't know why they stopped it, and yeah, that's what happened to rare names.
Probably because way too many people were asking.
Bullseye Bailey just went. I just took the voice of Sarin.
Oh,
So
congrats on
congratulations.
that.
Congrats.
On your Poplar FC.
Probably
can
sell
we
that
play
for a bill.
Legacy mode? Yeah,
Yeah.
don't go selling it now. No breaking the rules.
I think buying a rare name is probably the most sketchy thing you could do.
Yep.
Yes, I totally agree. But then again, I feel like buying gold is sketchy, but I've never done it. But
Bonds.
Buying bonds is pretty sketchy too.
yeah, buying bonds is a bit sketchy.
Oh,
I actually
God.
think like bonds are great because there's so many people who couldn't get membership just because they're
Yeah, I
Yes,
like the
12
thing
years
Skates
old and their
Gold
parents
did.
don't want to buy membership for them.
but with Jagex, it's basically Jagex selling membership for double the price because you only get 14 days for a bond, which is the
Mm-hmm.
bond. Yeah, so it's basically Jagex just made a ton of money secretly, but no one
They did it
realized
smartly.
it. I do
Hey.
agree, bonds are a really good thing because I get to buy Solomon stuff and I like Solomon stuff, but yeah.
I
Yeah.
personally don't understand at all why people would spend real money on in-game money. Like that doesn't make any sense to me at all. But
I
there's so
agree.
many bonds in the game. There's got to be a lot of people who do it.
Oh yeah, definitely. When I did the coins from PVM, like obviously, when you get loads of drops, like a seismic one split or whatever, I bought a couple of bonds with that money, like in game GP.
Oh, I can understand that. I just can't understand buying bonds for real money and then selling it for GP.
Yeah.
It's the only trusted way.
Oh yeah, selling it. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah.
It's the only trusted way you can get buy GP, basically.
But you could just go to QBD and make like 7 mil an hour. So
But people
Yeah.
have a lot of money in real life and they kind of want to spend it on a game. They're going to
Suppose
spend
so,
it.
yeah. Yeah, you think
People-
about a lot of games
that's
are
like-
paid to play, so
Stuff like League of Legends, the amount of stuff people buy on that game is a bit ridiculous.
Excessive.
Yeah, let's see the least. But
and
yeah,
isn't League of Legends like all cosmetic too?
I'm not sure. I've never played the game, but I know they sell stuff like I think you can buy heroes or something. I don't know how it works,
Yeah, I don't know either.
but I know a lot of people do spend a lot of money on just cosmetic stuff from League of Legends because they enjoy the game, and that's why League of Legends is so popular.
yeah, like
that's what-
130,000 people.
That's why they
watching
make a lot of
on
money,
Switch.
even though it's free to play. It's because they sell stuff that people want to buy, not people are forced to buy. Like with MMOs, Elder Scrolls, basically they designed on just you have to pay to buy content, and it's kind of I don't know. It's just Elder Scrolls Online probably is a good MMO, but it isn't the what you call it. It's based on like microtransactions. Yeah, that's another topic. We're going off topic again.
So this is going to be called Silverhawk Feathers and microtransactions.
I'm actually like a big defender of microtransactions. There's not a lot of players that are more higher leveled who are. But one thing that's kind of cool, like I don't know if Jagex has like publicly released a statistic on this or anything, so I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but they have greatly increased the amount of people they've hired due to just the Solomon store coming out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If it's going
Yeah.
back into the game development, I honestly don't mind. Because, in my opinion, microtransactions is just one of the things that you have to accept. Like, every game's going to do it now. If games don't do it, then they won't make near enough money as they used to. But a lot of people wanted to get into game development when they're younger because a lot of people play games when they're younger. And jobs have to come from somewhere. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's giving extra people out there opportunities, like get started in the game development community, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. And
that's
I mean,
it's a
what
good
the
thing.
absolute worst thing about microtransactions is it makes certain top pagers who are more rich in real life gain ranks slightly faster than other top pagers.
Slightly faster.
Let's not name names.
Don't you mean like 10 times faster? But
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm basically just saying like it's not the worst thing in the world.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Consequence-wise.
In my opinion, it doesn't affect your game. It affects
Exactly.
'cause people have to get over the fact that high scores are just high scores, and like as soon as you quit the game, you've lost your high score. It doesn't really matter. It's not. You should only focus about your game. I guess there's competition in MMOs. That's why a lot of people play them. But yeah,
Yeah, it's bragging rights, isn't it?
And the
Yeah.
thing is, like, life is never going to be fair. Even before microtransactions ever came out, there were certain people who had a job in school and they could only play a few hours a day, and there's other people who have, like, parents who are allowing them to just live in their basement, play as much as they want, and they can play like 16 hours a day. So there's always going to be someone who has an advantage over you,
yeah.
Yeah, that's
whether
true.
it's spending money on a game or whatever. But anyway, I figured we should probably go into like the legacy mode now.
Legacy.
Yeah.
Talking about what.
Legacy.
So, how many of you guys actually like got to see the legacy mode stream, and what did you think about that?
I tuned in for a little bit, but I just saw people just like PK, and I was just like, not my interest.
I saw people going around with like flipping one-hit darts and stuff. I was like, come on, show
Well,
us
that's
more
Roger.
quality content.
He just spawned in a load of death touch darts, and he just used them on KK. I'm just like, this isn't legacy. What legacy is about, but whatever.
I didn't
yeah,
actually
I
watch
saw
too
some.
much of the stream, but other than when I was on it. But yeah, like when I was on, I just tried to do some PVM, and I mean I used higher level gear, but I didn't use like any sort of cheat commands to make the PVM.
You were on it
seem
with a
easy.
friend, weren't you? For a
I
bit.
was on with a friend and
How
Mod
was that
Lee
like?
for an hour, and then I was on with I was playing and Mod Dean was in the background.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw Rainy did some decent things on his stream when he was doing it solo, I think. He was doing a bit of QBD, did some bandos. He was getting a like, he wasn't hitting that high, it was really slow kills. And what I've heard is I've saw a lot of it did seem really slow, like compared to EOC. And I don't think it's not gonna belong to PVM, high level PVM anyway, because it seems to take twice as long just to kill Bandos, Grado, than it does with abilities. It was like,
Yeah.
It does take a really long time now. Like, the best QBD kills people were getting on Legacy were like 3 minutes, and that was the absolute fastest.
Yes, but they was using melee, and I'm just like, the time it takes to run between pillars and what you call it,
No,
QBD,
the
is
fastest
just
the
time
fastest
waste.
kill was like 250, and that was with Ascension crossbows and Steel Titan.
Fair enough.
Wow.
Yeah, but it is a what you call, I would say, an alpha pre-beta, so there's a lot of balancing to do.
Yeah,
But I still want Bertie to be the best DPS because you're putting in the effort. Like,
Exactly.
With a lot of people, I mean, people won't like that, but
That's
in my
what it
opinion,
has to be.
abilities
I
are
mean,
going to be the best DPS from what
yeah,
I've
they
heard.
have
Like,
to be though. So,
there's
yeah.
absolutely no way that Legacy mode will ever be even nearly as fast as full abilities if you're really trying hard and know your rotations.
especially with ability queuing now as well. If you can really master that, at the moment, it's already like 20 to 30% more damage
What ability
with
queuing?
ability
No,
queuing.
it's like before, yeah, you could with this Sunshine Wild Magic, Fixate Wild Magic with Adrenaline Pot. Now you can Sunshine Wild Magic, Fixate, Omni Power, and Wild Magic in the Sunshine. So
Except Asphyxiate is, possibly worse or possibly better than Wild Magic now.
Wild Magic is really rubbish in the beta, but
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Wild Magic has been nerfed in the beta, which I'm not happy about because,
No.
I'm not.
like, the
Mage
difference.
is-
Mage is not great. Like, Ascension
No.
crossbows in many situations are just amazing right now. So.
Range is way better in the beta with the Mage, but Sour
But again,
ones,
it's not being updated yet, so again, don't go off it yet.
they will change it because the fact is Ascension bosses are so low. Raga's 5-man. It takes way longer to get Seismic 1 in Ascension, so yeah.
Yeah, it's just completely unfair like that. There's another subject though we can go into.
But that's just because we have Seismic 1. I guess a lot of people will be like, yay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
But that's about EOC. Oh, back to Legacy. My opinion on
Yeah.
Legacy, good start. A lot needs changing, but hopefully it will bring back the PKing community. That's my main point with Legacy. I want the PKing back because a lot of stuff got affected. Like stuff like claws, they're just junk items, so they just crashed. A lot of stuff that relied on PVMers to get the items for PK. Stuff like rune sets, and rune sets were outpriced, but stuff like dart bows and stuff like that. Void pest control's dead. Stuff like that. When the PK community left, it kind of affected the whole game, and hopefully Legacy can bring it back at least, or try and bring it back.
Yeah.
And my fear with legacy mode is kind of like when I was trying to PK, like I am not a PKer at all. I never was. I think I PK'd 2 times total in that last year before EOC came into the game. But at the same time, like I had an absolute blast PKing on the legacy mode alpha because it wasn't the
The
same as
AGS
we
stuff.
remember. Because this is my fear. Like it's not the same. It is different than PKing was, 2 years ago. And that's kind of my fear that PKers will see it, they'll try it out, and they're like, "Wow, this is nothing like I remember," and they'll just quit. But
We'll go back
Mhm.
to '07.
there are a ton of
Yeah.
similarities. I mean, the way that hits are calculated and the way that defense is calculated has definitely changed a lot. But it is for the most part the same thing that we remember. And also, it is a lot of fun, which is something that I've tried EOCPK a little bit. Some of it has been all right, but there was never that sense of there's just something magical about getting someone down low and then whipping out the AGS and hitting them with a 500 or
Yes, it is.
maybe hitting them with zero.
Mhm.
That's just
Because
it gives such a thrill that I think the game really lost, and now
it's a
that
lot
is
of
coming back.
it's a lot of random number generated based, and like EOC, it's a lot of I'll stun you, you can't eat dead, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never tried EOC PKM, but I know it's a lot about stuns and stuff like that.
I'm just like really hoping people give it a fair shot and formulate an
I
opinion on it.
hopefully I want people to go on the beta and say a lot of OP people in '07, a lot of PKN community to go on the beta and give their feedback because this is mainly affecting PKN side. It's not going to affect PVM that much, in my opinion. And
It's not
skillers
because
don't.
we'll just
And
use
skillers,
abilities still.
yeah, we'll just use ability all the time because stuff like Rago, you need abilities similar. And it always will be better with abilities. But skillers, it doesn't affect skillers because skillers don't even PVM. But yeah, I want people to when the beta comes out, I want people to give their feedback because the only way it's going to become good is you guys give your feedback. It can't magically just be improved if no one gives feedback. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's a
true. You got to
big
stand up for your side. Yeah.
that's a big reason why somebody RS players large influences in the community were invited to test out Legacy Mode Alpha. Like part of it was for the publicity and all that, but another huge part of it was because they do honestly want to make this a good game and something that PKers will be interested in coming back and playing. And the only way they're going to do that is like one thing that I heard is Jagex could make the alpha like the way they wanted it, but what they really are trying to do is make it the way the players want to see it, because that's the entire reason the alpha is coming back, is mainly to prioritize getting some of the PKers back in the game and making PKing a part of this game again.
Yeah, it's about, I think with Legacy Mode, like, it's about trying to meet all of the different audiences of RuneScape. Like, I think they've obviously lost that audience, that PvP community, and that's why I didn't mind it coming back, because at the end of the day, I just want the community to thrive on RuneScape. Even though I am just a social PvMer, I don't PvP at all. I can't really have much say in that side of it. I just want more players basically in the game. Just want it
Yeah.
to be busier, really.
So, what do you think, Nooblet? Do you like the Legacy mode or?
Well, when we had the vote, I voted no because I didn't really think about it that much. But now I'm kind of like indifferent because I prefer EOC combat way more. So I'm not even gonna do Legacy. But I like it that it's gonna bring a lot of people back to the game because I already convinced like 4 of my friends in real life that used to play like way back in the day in like 2008, 2009, 2010, whatever kind of thing, that they're gonna come back because of Legacy. So that's really cool that a lot of my old friends can play again.
Yeah, that's cool. I
Yeah.
saw in terms of like PVM and how it's going to affect that. Again, like Ashley was saying, I don't think it's going to affect it that much. But I do believe, there are some sacrifices being made with PVM at the moment to allow it to meet the PvP side as well. And there just has to be like, I think the life bonus and everything, how that's scaling now. I personally do think that's quite a big impact on PVM and the way you PVM at the moment. I don't know whether it's going to be harder now. Like I remember pre-EOC, I don't know whether they're trying to go backwards to that point where pre-EOC, I used to find it much harder to stay alive than I do now. Like a lot harder to stay alive. I don't know whether that's just because I've got better gear now, but I'm pretty certain it's not.
It's because of defensive abilities. Like when you
Yeah.
base tank and you have resonance and stuff like that, it's so much easier just to be like put your shield on resonance and stuff like that. Because before, the only way you could heal is food. That's why Bruise wins
Yeah.
the game.
Well, I know
Defense abilities, yeah.
God Wars is a lot easier, but I can't talk too much about pre-EOC PVM because like all I did pre-EOC is I did God Wars, which obviously is a lot easier now. Although they have made a lot of changes that, like when the EOC first came out, you could literally stay at Bandos with a whip and like a dragon fire shield and be there all day long.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to have good gear. You didn't even need food at all. It was ridiculous. But they've made a lot of changes to that. So like the God Wars bosses actually do damage now to you. But the only other boss that I did pre-EOC was Dagannoth Kings, and I can safely say that, like, even with low gear and stats, Dagannoth Kings were a breeze, and they're probably a lot harder now than they ever were.
Well,
So
DKs are getting buffed as well, so.
yeah, and they are getting buffed more, and I can say that they are going to be freaking hard. Like I tried them out, and I
On
was
the beta,
probably
cool.
yeah, I was probably doing it the completely wrong way, but they were ridiculously hard. So we'll
Well,
see
they
how
like
that goes.
rip half your health points. It's supposed to, isn't it? It's like if you don't have the right pro on,
Yeah,
it's supposed to like
exactly.
wipe like half your life points in one hit, sort of thing.
Especially when you're
Yeah.
entering the room, like Dagannoth solo. Just when you first enter the room the first time, I don't even understand like how that's going to be possible.
But that's
'Cause-
why like it was pre-OC. You use all your food up, basically the majority of your food at the start, just trying to tank the brothers.
Yeah, I remember that. Like
But-
entering the room was the hardest part, and then once you got them
Yeah.
into a nice rotation, it was very easy, and Perb would prevent all the
I
damage.
guess they're trying to make the pre-OC bosses built for Legacy, in my opinion, because they're trying to make so you have to use protection prayers at Bandos and stuff like that, where you just use Soul Split. To be
Soul
honest,
Split,
apart from Sarah Domin, but if you have Seismic, you still Soul Split because you have incredibly good melee defense. I do like. I don't know. I like Legacy. It's a good update. It's pre-alpha, so
Everything's
but-
going to be changed for the most part.
everything
Yep.
can change. And if you want it to change, all you have to do is when beta comes out, give your feedback, and then you can actually make a good Legacy mode. Like Legacy for Slayer as well. A lot of people like Slayer because the AFK-ness and like people just like putting down your cannon and diagnosis in the lighthouse because it's like a really good task to do.
And-
Like
But yeah, but again, Revolution came out for that, so I could just like go against that because when Revolution came out, I started Slayer again. Slaying, I hadn't slayed in like 4 or 5 years because I couldn't, or especially since EOC came out, I was like, I'm not spamming abilities at all. And then Momentum wasn't good enough XP. And then Revolutions came out and it's completely AFKable. Like pretty much you just click it once and then it'll just spam the abilities, whack on like Sunshine. And then you've got like really good DPS then on every single Slayer task you go on. And I think that's way better than Legacy mode in my opinion.
yeah, but people
I agree.
Yeah, but people want the Legacy mode for the the nostalgia, and people just don't want abilities in Legacy. I
It's
understand Revolution.
complete resistance to
Yeah.
change, really, in my opinion.
Not necessarily, because I did actually some testing on Legacy mode XP rates. I know it's kind of weird.
Uh-oh.
Like you go to test a primarily PK and server, and you're testing like XP rates on Slayer tasks. But I tried a
No, I
couple
think that's
tasks.
something everyone should
I
experiment.
That's
tried
a good idea.
Ice Strike Worms. They were above 100k Slayer an hour. I tried
That's quite good though.
I tried Myth Dragons. They're about 90k an hour. Admittedly, this was with Seismics, but also the thing is on the alpha servers, Seismics were incorrectly balanced, and they are not nearly as good as they will be when the eventual update is released.
Yeah, apparently Storm Armadillo got a buff.
Yeah, Storm of
Um,
Armadillo
so-
is crazy now. Like the Armadillo battle staff has this special
Well, that
attack.
one's dead, wasn't it?
I believe
that's
you
dead.
need Armadillo runes to use the special attack, or it makes it a lot better or something. But it's
Yeah, like-
it's insane.
It was Storm Armadillo was dead content because of Air Surge with bad DPS and
I kind of like that update though, how like because that made everyone be able to use Mage again without having to spend loads of money. So that's why I started using Magic again.
And that's
Quite
the
nice.
thing, like with Legacy mode, one thing that kind of worries me is that Mage might be a little bit underused because I got the feeling that they're trying to make like the 3 combat styles pretty balanced in terms of DPS. But the problem with that is in Legacy mode, you don't save runes when you cast, so you use runes every time you cast. And that
Oh,
gets
true.
really
Yeah.
expensive. Like if you're using Fire Surge, 5 fire runes and 5 air runes per cast, it's like 800 GP a cast. So that really
Yeah.
adds up. And then melee
think
and
I'll-
range are for the most part kind of free.
So then you could just use Revolution though, and then
Exactly. You
runes.
can just use Revolution, but
yeah,
still.
but that's how it was pre-OC. If you wanted to use Mage, that's why the Polypore staff come out cheap alternative Mage because Mage used to cost so much. It was like at one point it was like 2k per Fire Strike cast. Now it's just ridiculously high.
And I
You were saying
forgot-
about XP rates there with Seismic at, I know you said they were underpowered, about 100k. I remember I did a bit of analysis at the Ice Strike Worms, did you say?
yeah.
I got like 170k or something ridiculous per
No, I
hour.
was just saying like in the Legacy mode alpha, the seismic
Yeah.
wands and orbs. I think people were seeing that on the screen because people were streaming with the seismic wands, and they're like, "Why is seismic wand maxing at like 200 damage? What's wrong with this?" But what I was told is like they were just incorrectly balanced, or the magic spells did the
Yeah, but
wrong
it
amount of
was
damage. So that will be
wasn't.
changed.
It was a pre-beta. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Again, yeah, it's alpha in it. So
Yeah, so that is going
Well,
to be changed.
a lot of people are not going to afford seismic, so people will go to their alternative, like Celtic staff and stuff like that.
But yeah, seismics
Yeah.
aren't really for legacy.
seismics are high level PVM, aren't they? At the end of the day,
They're
you're not
mainly-
going to be using that for legacy.
Yeah, like for Slayer, you're gonna have your like before you used to have your Chaotic Rapier. I guess people have Dragons now because they're quite cheap. Yeah,
Cheaper. Yeah.
very
Compared
cheap
to other
because of seismic speed kills. Yeah.
I kind of feel like Ascensions are the way to go right now because they're so good compared to Dragors, and
Compared to Dragos, yeah, and they're
much
not that
cheaper
much
than
more expensive.
seismics.
Yeah, but with Slayer at the moment, you do Slayer with all your melee tasks because of melee's the worst XP per hour because of Glacors and ranges cannon Dagonoffs with chins. It's like so that's the efficiency way, and that's why people use melee for Slayer. But
Well, melee Water Fiends is like 400k an hour, so it's not exactly slow.
yeah, but it's the slowest out of all three combat triangles. But yeah,
Because you have to run around like
is.
crazy.
But
Running
at the
after
same
them.
time, I've always wondered like what's the calculation that goes into that? Because you can think that because I've heard a lot of arguments people saying like you melee Slayer and then you cannon Dagonos for range, which actually isn't the best way to train range, but a lot of people like to do that because it's relaxing. And then you do
Yeah.
Glacors for mage. So
Yeah,
I'm
do
curious,
Glacors
like,
for
is
mage.
that the fastest way, or do you want to use range for Slayer? Although it won't be as good now that
you
what is
use
it?
I don't
Frag
know.
Shot
It
is nerfed.
depends. I think range Ascension dungeon monsters they're really good XP.
Because like when I was testing out XP rates for Slayer, range was significantly faster than melee. It was usually like at least 10-20k Slayer XP hour per
because you
faster.
don't spend
Yeah.
the time running between
Running
monsters.
around.
hmm
But I'm
I think
just saying
magic's still the best way to go with Slayer, in my opinion, than range.
yeah,
It is right now.
Yeah, efficiency wise, but at the same time, if you're going for 200 more, or you do melee because of Glacors is like 770k an hour if you do them correctly with the Blood Barrage stand in between Dragon Breath chain thing. Yeah.
One thing that a lot of people don't know is actually Glacers are pretty good with melee as well.
Yes,
Yeah, you
but
told me that on my video.
Glacors do silly attack when you're in melee distance with them and it stuns you, and you have to spam click. You can't use freedom.
They do, but like I did my first Armadillo battle staff on the EOC using Dragors, and it wasn't that bad. It was
Yeah,
still
because you could use like Royal Crossbow there as well, and you just frag shot and stand under it. It's just like OP.
yeah. But I've gone back and tried them after the
Really?
nerf there,
But
where they buffed their melee defense.
they're still slower than mage. So
It is slower than mage, but I'm just saying it is good XP. Like you can use range there too. Range and melee are both decent to
But-
train at Glacors. But the problem with Glacors though is if you're a player who doesn't have access to like unlimited money, they're not a great place to train because you want to be using your combat stats to make money for the most part.
they're still not negative GP per hour because as long as you're not super unlucky on boots, you will make whatever you spend on runes.
You make like a bill getting 200 mil magic there. Well, probably a bit less than that now, but
No, because Armadillo Battle Staff is like 8 mil at the moment.
oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Well, you made like a bill when Armadillo battle staffs were 15 mil each. So.
Yeah.
But that's
So-
kind of like the argument that I've had with these players who create, the easiest way to get to 200 mil all skills. They don't take money making into account at all. It's like
no,
you need,
because of a lot of people abuse Salon Warband supplies, like
you need 15 bill to max out. Where are you supposed to get that?
Salon Warband supplies on more accounts.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
yeah, that's what a lot of people do on efficiency
heard
experts.
of that.
And cough, cough. A lot of people do that on efficiency experts, and they're the only people that actually go for 200 mils.
How many? How hard is it though to just like not buy warband supplies and do your own warbands?
If you're not multi-logging and you're trying to get 200 mils, you want to be doing stuff like, in my opinion, you want to do rots for 200 mil range. In my opinion, because rots with range is good and the XP is not bad. It's
It's like
kind of
20k, 15k to 20k XP per kill in it.
it depends how
Maybe
slow
like
the
5.
kill-
Well, yeah,
depends,
depends how slow it
yeah.
is.
But you will make a lot of money from rots, and it's a consistent money maker. So if you don't use alternate counts, you don't break the rules, your best bet is to do 200 mil range at rots, and you will make a lot of money for your buyables.
You'll make
At the same time,
goals.
stuff like that. Stuff like Slayer, you want to spend the time picking up your rune chain bodies, even though it's like 20k, it does add up.
Was it you that was the guy? No, you weren't the guy who didn't pick up literally anything on the way to 99 Slayer.
No,
Who was that?
I didn't Slayer pre-OC, and I had like 100 mil bank, and I'd pick up every single little drop that stacked. Like, you know what I mean?
I just remember I have someone on my friends list who got 99 Slayer, and his Slayer tab after getting 99 was about 5 mil, and he spent like 300 mil on cannonballs too. So like,
No,
he made a massive
PVM,
loss
high
from
level
Slayer.
PVM, you're probably not bothered. But like I do a bit of both. Like I'm building up a Slayer tab at the moment, going for 99 Slayer, but sometimes I just can't be bothered. Depends what the task is. Like if I know it's a very good task, I'll just go for experience.
But the very good example is Eretz. You use bone crusher Eretz. That's
Yeah,
the,
exactly,
that's the break even. Basically, if you pick up the bones and bank them, you basically make money from Slayer.
It's like
And
4
if
mil
you-
an hour.
I use Bone Crusher.
Yeah, if
Exactly.
you bone crush, you don't care about money.
Yeah.
And then, like me, I don't care about money at the moment because of Rago and stuff like that.
So what are you
Yeah.
guys going for in all in terms of like skills? I know
Me-
Justice, you're still trying to max
I'm not-
out, but what are your
Yeah.
eventual end game goals?
To be honest, again, I try and subconsciously not think I'm going for max. To be honest, when I'm playing,
Yeah,
I know it sounds weird, but
He tells
I
people, I'm not going for max cape.
yeah, I'm not going for max kick. But I'm more of like whenever I just do what I'm in the mood for at the end of the day. I come on here, I do high level PVM mostly, like social PVM, have a laugh with mates. But at the moment, in terms of skilling, I suppose I'm just getting all my skills 90 plus, which isn't far off. Like I'm 3 levels off, like 3 different skills: woodcutting, thieving, and crafting, and then rune crafting. And then a lot of my skills, I'm 2,460 total. So, I think eventually I'll get to max, but at the end of the day, there's no rush for me. I don't have to do everything, quickly. The game's still going to be here. And to be honest, the way Jagex is going, everything's going to get faster. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my opinion with the Alvin City. The skills are going to get faster.
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I'm quite a casual player, I'd say, because I don't get loads of time to come on. So, AFK skills whenever I edit videos, that's pretty cool. But Ash is going for trim though at the moment, aren't you?
My main goal at the moment is to get a Vitalis from Rago because that thing never
Oh, yeah.
drops.
That's why his
And
name is Pet.
Justice
Right.
has one, and like Justice has done like 0 kills compared to me.
What are you talking about? I have done hundreds of kills.
You got yours as a
Absolutely.
melee base tank. You couldn't buy seismics at the time, so people. Mate, he
I was
got
just
lucky.
really unlucky.
He got it P5 as well, and P5 is random. So yeah,
It wasn't back then, actually. I'll have you know.
really.
It was on DPS. Yeah, I used to out DPS people with dual
No, because you used to melee base and you Zerk and get hit 3k. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything, but yeah. My goals at the moment is I need to get comp cape, but it's just low DG, and I basically just do sinks and dailies till 120 because I can't stand DG because it's just I don't like DG because unless I'm doing sub 10-minute kills, which I should be doing, it's just not worth it in my opinion. And I go for trimmed at the moment, and I only have castles and chompies left. So yeah.
Only.
Did you do Dunge on the February bonus XP weekend?
No, I maxed on the bonus weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, otherwise I would
Dunge
have
was
done
crazy.
I did
Yeah,
Dunge.
but I was maxing then. So
I did a
yeah.
little bit.
I went from 117 to 120 in 2.5 days, and it was not fun.
Nice.
I got 99 smithing, 99 construction, and 99 fire making on that weekend. So that's
Oh, and
quite
I
nice.
also did 40 mil summoning in a day.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, you did. You went for some crazy XP.
I
goal.
went from 20 mil to 60 mil summoning in one day.
Yeah,
So that's
a lot.
pretty
All
insane.
you saw in the game chat was 100 mil summon XP, 50 mil summon XP. That's all you saw on the weekend, in my opinion.
Yeah, because everyone did summoning.
Except for
At
me,
least the first day.
I did 99 fishing, 99 hunter, and 99. I didn't do rune carton. I can't remember my last skill, but I done 3 99s in 2 days, which is quite impressive.
Nice.
All right, so you're going for trim, right, Nooblet?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like my long-term goal because I'm just gonna do everything before the Castle Wars requirement, and other than that, I'm just farming like all day.
Yeah.
120, and then and
That's-
I have another goal that I don't know. It's just like a small collection goal of getting 100,000 coconuts farmed, and I'm
Why
at
do
13.
people have those
I'm
random
at
collections?
13,000 right now, so
That's like
Nooblet
escape
has
skill
like,
and his
long ass
cakes.
time for now.
No, Nooblet has like 10 mil vials and stuff like that.
And
And,
also-
like,
Yeah, I got 30 mil vials now.
You're also going
Oh.
for like 10 mil barberry seeds.
Yep,
yeah,
10
so
mil.
that-
10 mil fly trap, barberry, prickly prayer, and what is the other one? Sunchoke, I think.
And those
Yeah.
actually
Yeah,
buy
they're
for
both
1
farming.
GP each.
What?
Those actually do buy for 1 GP each too.
Yeah, but I usually have a lot of people that give me them like for 1 GP each that they get from wishing wells because you can get like a few hundred K. Like I had someone sell me like 7 mil worth of those seeds just
Wow.
randomly. I'm like, that was crazy,
No,
but
from 200 mil, what you call it, thieving. You get a lot of them now
oh yeah.
from dwarf traders. That's where most of them come from. Because when you're at Jadinko, you can get a seed and it cancels your trap from lane. You just like rage quit.
I'm just
That's what.
curious who's thieving dwarf traders and like they're just yeah, I'll keep these seeds and sell them in the GE later instead of dropping them, even though they're only 1 GP each.
Because they stack and it's you dwarf traders AFK and you're not going to drop them. You might as well just stick them in your bank. Even if
Yeah.
you. Because you'll make like 2 mil from them, and 2 mils, it's just a free 2 mil for doing absolutely nothing. So, yeah.
Is that 2 mil from 200 mil thieving or what?
Well, this is just first I don't know. No one's ever done 200 mil thieving just from dwarf traders.
Well, you have to start out at 90, so you can't do an entire 200 mil.
No,
there,
because you have to get Black Ibis first, otherwise it's inefficient. But yeah, let's not go into
Max
that.
efficiency.
I love to talk about how I got Black Ibis like when it first came out, when it was insanely rare, at level
You got
78
one?
thieving.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I still haven't got full Ibis, but I got a Scepter of the Gods at level 93 thieving. And then you get the people on weekend that couldn't get it, and I just laughed in their face. I was just like, yeah, good luck.
I still don't have a Scepter of the Gods, and I have what 16 mil thieving XP done, all at Pyramid Plunder.
Wow.
Yeah, like there's a trim concave of mine. He went Scepter hunting 2 days and he didn't get one. So yeah, I was
Yeah,
just
you're
like,
about Matty or something because he did it for 16 hours and finally got it after 16
no,
hours.
it was 7. He's trim concave, but yeah,
All right.
because I went there to try and get Ibis because I needed Ibis, and yeah, or you saw him just keep going through the rooms just Scepter hunting only, and he didn't get one. So unlucky to him.
What's this thing about on Legacy? A lot of people were raging around the animations because everyone thought, all right, yeah, it's going to be like it used to be, and now the animations are still the EOC animations. Obviously, Jaggets can't do anything about it. It's just people obviously complained, didn't they?
People
about
are
They
this?
just wanted to
complaining.
find something to complain about.
People
Yeah.
want that really stupid looking character look where you stand with your legs completely straight and your arms like at your sides and your sword is just sticking
Well,
straight out.
when you're holding a God sword, but you have it hold straight up.
Yeah,
Like,
that
just
looks
like
so bad, and people want that back.
it's something you used to like crush with like a Zami spear, like the animation with crushing the Zami spear. It's just like so bad. Yeah.
And basically, what I heard Jagged say about that is like, this is 2014, so the developers aren't really huge fans of making the graphics look worse.
Yeah.
I think it's because they basically changed everything this wield the same. So if you went into two-hander, it wields the same. It's just easier instead of making a new animation for every single weapon they release.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I don't know. That's just nostalgia based, honestly.
Yeah, that
is
has
100%
nothing to
nostalgia.
do with like if you
Yeah.
actually want the game different. That's just your personal nostalgia preference.
Yeah.
So
It's the main reason, right? You know, the Legacy for when you're training. Obviously, it's PvP, isn't it? Focus, because if you're doing Slayer, you'd still use Revolution. If you're doing PVM, you'd still use EOC. The only reason why Legacy is beneficial, really, is for PvP, isn't it? Because essentially, you might as well. What's the point in like grinding out a monster with Legacy when you could just use Revolution?
well, they're about the same speed, roughly. I've heard that they're probably going to be making Legacy a little bit faster than Revolution, just so
I
that
completely disagree with that.
well,
But they're both AFK, so you can't really.
well, it's so
Because you
that
can whack on Sunshine, though, can't you? So that'd still make it
that's
better.
just basically using abilities. Yeah.
I don't know if they're taking
don't
the
know.
sunshine into account though.
Yeah, maybe not then. Maybe not.
Yeah, but basically Slayer is still going to be 100% melee based until melee gets like faster than range or mage. So yeah, but that's just 200 mil. But yeah,
Can someone ban that guy?
Which guy?
Yeah.
Don't know, he's just spamming it.
Oh yeah.
Corpse dance.
All right, I'll do that. I think I'm
bye.
one of 2 mods online right now. So.
Where's my
That's-
mod cover?
Oh yeah, what's your Twitch username?
My name's Rash. I'll type in.
I'll put mine in now.
Okay.
There's mine.
I could have sworn I gave you a mod before, but
I asked for it and then I didn't get it, so I just like better leave you alone.
All
I
right.
love that. I love all of us like actually write something. Ash is just there like.
Yeah, but you got to test Legacy, so you know most about it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mostly just did PK and Slayer though. I didn't really do much
Was
anything.
PK fun? But I felt like
It
the only
was
two
fun. Yes.
the only two
What
step
about the
weapons
item though on death? You know
Um,
how you can only like is
they're
that
bringing
changing?
skulls back.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, but
Because I was gonna say
skulls needed to come back. But then warbands is just going to be 3 pod item, raw DI body, legs, and the royal crossbow. In my opinion.
Well, I mean, anything
Also,
that
you cannot do warbands. ELC versus Legacy. You're just gonna be like, and the Legacy person comes up to you, stun, surge, bye.
yeah, but I mean, stuns are being like reworked or something.
Yeah,
I
but you
don't.
still, I don't know. You can surge away from people, and it's just like they got no.
Yeah, that's
chance.
gonna be pretty
Yeah.
funny. Someone like pulls out his AGS and you just surge away from him.
It's gonna be
Surge
so-
literally through him like.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny to see. It's like also you can PK between EOS or between the EOC mode
Yeah,
and
you
the
can,
Legacy
yeah.
mode, but like currently it's not fair at all. You know, EOC
No,
just
'cause you just
completely
stun
destroys.
someone. They're just sat there like,
Could
oh, I've
you
been
stun
stunned.
someone in Legacy and then you just
Yeah, you can.
actually? But aren't they getting rid of stuns though?
They
They're
are,
getting rid of stuns.
yeah. I mean, like they're making changes to stuns. Like in the beta right now, for example, stuns
Yeah.
are like a lot less accurate or something like that, and like asphyxiate and destroy only stun on the very first hit now.
Yeah, so stuns are getting reworked because it was kind of silly how basically you just stun lock people so they couldn't eat, and then that's how you kill them.
Well, if you have protection prayers on, you're
Yeah,
pretty safe
that
against
that is
stuns.
that as well with devotion. Just like lol.
I think that's why everyone PKs the protection prayers now, because if you don't put prayers on, the fight is over in 10 seconds.
Yes,
But if you do
because
put prayers on, you can't kill
Yeah.
anyone. So it goes
I
both
don't know
ways.
Take
before.
95% of
Yeah,
damage.
but there was all this stuff before pre-OC, but there was hidden law. You couldn't use protection prayer. You couldn't use stuff like cheaty stuff. People just didn't allow it. Otherwise, people wouldn't fight each other. And I guess they're basically just nerfing it. So
Well, protection
like,
prayers are a must right now, because otherwise you stun
Yeah.
someone and the fight's over.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because you can hit so high with especially higher level weapons that even if someone has like 8,000 life points, you can just kill them in a couple of
yeah, but
abilities.
there's the stuff like the Phoenix necklace. Like people didn't use them. They use them. They could use them pre-OC, but it was just like people didn't use them because they felt it was unfair. And then people just moaned about them because they used them in the OC because no one had. And then that's what they added the 1 minute cooldown to them, which is a good thing, but at the same time, I don't know.
Sucks
it's
for
a-
rots.
Yeah, but then again, I don't know. Rots is very cheapy with PNX, in my opinion. But
don't know.
I don't
PNX
know.
make you, for the most part, pretty invincible going through
Yeah,
the,
that's
the
what- that's
final
what I thought
tunnel.
that-
So if you go
Yeah.
through like a 3 tunnel and the people that you're teaming with are jerks and they run off while you're still looting the chest, which did
just-
happen
That's
to
happened.
me
Cop
a couple
off.
Yeah,
times.
that's happened to me, but not by randoms, actual friends. Well, thought
Yeah.
friends.
No, it's the friends that will do
Yeah.
that to you.
Yeah,
Especially
we've
like
done
you're on
I don't
Skype
know.
and they're like, everyone go on 3, and then they just run immediately.
Yeah, but we do that for banter wise. We just do it
Yeah,
because
it's hilarious.
it's funny.
It's good fun. It's good fun. It's
It's
great
like
when you
we-
actually make it though as well. Like I've had a moment where I was like
Yeah.
legging it to the exit, like, come on, I can make this. And I actually made it, and I was like way far
It's when you
back.
take last shortcut, and then like the guy's just far behind. And he's just like take the shortcut. Like same with what you call it, Rago. Like Justice and me sometimes just like PK someone on purpose, just because it's just the fun of it.
Yeah, without telling them. No, that's just me. But yeah, we do some like Virago roulette sometimes and like try and PK the person. I remember Ash, you were the guy who were all trying to kill, and you
Yeah.
actually survived the entire thing twice. I was like, we just couldn't kill you. It was
I
like-
mean, this is on like Green Bomb week, and basically Green Bomb hits a 10k unless someone next
Yeah.
to you, and like they
Yeah,
just tried
funny.
PK me as a bomb tank, and like as a bomb tank, like if you're a DPS, you're just like, oh, just barricade everything, but as a bomb tank, you use your barricade, and you have to like tank it, and yeah, it was kind of fun, but that's.
yeah, it was good fun. It's good fun.
PNX did need a nerf, but yeah,
Yeah, 1 minute cooldown now. Again, will it really affect it that much? I'm not sure.
not really, because
I think
like,
the food cooldown's going to affect things more, but
I think
no, I don't.
how-
They have to remove that. That's so not fair.
yeah. So
you-
rather than reducing your adrenaline now, food obviously has like makes your abilities go on cooldown, so you can't use an ability now whilst eating. I think that might mess up a little bit. Rise of the Six. I think you'll struggle there maybe.
But one thing that they're saying is that was always in place until the EOC came out, and then they removed it. Like pre-EOC, you couldn't eat and hit at the same time. Like if you ate back in the day, like when you're PKing, it would cancel your next hit. So of
Oh, I
course
didn't think
that's
of that.
just something that one thing that I heard, they said if enough people complain about that on the forums, they'll change it back. But the main reason they did that was for PKing.
For
Yeah, but-
legacy mode again, yeah.
yeah.
So that's a sacrifice of PVM again, though.
That's my problem. It affects PVM too much because I don't know. You two don't know how to bomb tank, but if you're
I
not
did it one
building,
time.
yeah, but if you're not building adrenaline as a bomb tank, you're just gonna be eating all your food, and you just basically
Yeah.
lost the kill.
And you won't get to barricade to be able to actually
You
block
won't get to
100%
your
of
reflect
red bomb.
barricade and stuff like that, which you need. I don't know. It has to be removed, especially as bomb tanking. Like
Yeah.
it's not possible.
It won't
You
affect DPSs because everyone soul splits anyway, and you don't really
Yeah.
have to eat the
Like-
DPS if you do it properly.
when I get a random red, I just tank it. I tanked the 4K today. I was just like, nah, soul split it back.
Yeah.
Can't be
Especially
asking me
when
about
you
my
like
set.
bomb tanking void as well. I mean, at the moment, if you can do that, I mean that's going to be virtually impossible with this update. But
Yeah.
although you do start with 9,900 life points now because of that
That-
update.
Yeah, but that's just Voidscape now.
Yeah,
Like-
Voidscape right there.
I mean, just as like to call it Voidscape. Like stuff like Rots and Brago. The reason why you
Literally,
don't use Void
Yeah,
is because of the life point bonus.
As
But
long as
now-
you can get your accuracy up high enough, though, it's still better DPS to use Vertis.
Yeah, but stuff like Brago and Rots, you need Void is way OP there. So yeah.
yeah, we did void only kills.
And the problem
weekend.
is they're the places you use stuff like Tectonic, which you're just not going to use. You're just going to use Void because it's better. And
I
you
don't-
can
I just
Yeah.
don't see people using Void anywhere other than Nex. And that's
No,
mostly
not-
like for crashing, so. Well, I mean, I
maybe-
don't PVM with like high level Virago teams either,
Yeah.
so.
mainly Rots and Brago. Basically, you're going to use Void now because you
Yeah.
have the 9.9k life points to tank stuff like Rots and stuff like that.
And
Maybe
the bombs.
maybe pest control won't be dead anymore.
Yeah, I still think it's going to be dead because a lot of higher level PVMers already have Void.
Yeah, but you might want to get duplicates now. I don't know because of DC's like Amy Man. If you're listening, like he's gonna lose so many sets of void.
He's
yeah.
famous. Yeah, he's one
He's
of
famous for DCing.
We're going about EOC. Let's talk about a little bit more
yeah.
legacy. I
Legacy.
guess.
I'm just really interested in like legacy PVM and if that's even gonna become a thing, or people are just gonna say screw it. I'd rather have the faster kills.
My
Might try
opinion
doing
is-
challenges and stuff. You know, like
I don't
challenges.
know.
Like
One
Like,
thing is,
basi-
you can never underestimate laziness. Players are always going to say, yeah, I want to
Yeah.
just like click on QBD and come back a minute later and switch phases.
AFK QBD.
Yeah,
Oh my
I mean,
God.
you honestly can AFK QBD on Legacy. I mean, you click like 4
Well,
times.
they're
to
making
fight.
QBD harder anyway, and that's going to make the money per hour less anyway. And then if they're going to bring out Legacy, it depends how slow it is, really, doesn't it? It all depends how slow it is.
It is
At the moment, in the
slower,
alpha,
but
it's slow.
it's a
lot
lot
slower.
easier at the same time. So, who knows?
Oh,
I-
plus, just a question: is it better to use like faster weapons sort of thing in Legacy, or does that not really impact it? Is it balanced? So you know, like
Like,
two-handers and
As
stuff like
before,
that.
you used to use your Celtic Rapier
Yeah,
over long swords because it was
Yeah,
way,
yeah,
way
yeah.
fast, more
Um,
TPS back.
They
Do you know
said
that? Did you
they're
just-
working on balancing that, but I honestly don't know. I didn't use any 2H weapons other than
Oh.
Derox. I tried Deroxine out. Deroxine is back, which is one thing I'm pretty happy about.
what was
I
that?
did-
Sorry.
I did a QBD kill in Derox, and admittedly it wasn't as fast as
Derox.
using Dragors, but I did hit some pretty high numbers, so that was kind of fun.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
Dark.
Dark PK.
Yeah,
A lot of
Dark's
PKs like that.
it needs to come back because Barrows is not worth the GP per hour. It's like 500k an hour.
I was
He's
using Derox on Mithril Dragons, and I think the highest I hit was like an 800, so
bad. That's quite
Wow.
nice, actually.
That's nice,
that was at like 13 HP too, and I died right afterwards.
yeah.
So
Mithril Dragon
Nice.
OP.
that was kind of funny. Like the way we ended off the stream was me dying at Zammy because it hit a 479 on me.
Whoa.
So
Damn.
that was pretty
imagine that.
crazy.
Again, so is that going to hit 4,700? Wait, were you
Yes.
praying, right?
No.
Okay. There you go then.
But
Oh, is it
again,
there?
protection
Depends what
prayers
special
only
attack.
protect like 50%
Yeah,
damage.
but
And I
that's
think
what.
Zammy's spec
Fine.
smashes through your prayers anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
But
it
that's
does,
what
yeah.
that's what Legacy was about. It's about the nifty items like Derox. It had their uses.
That's going to be interesting. Like if Zammy can hit 500s in Legacy.
I don't know. Tammy's dead content. Oh God, was it dead content in my opinion? Because it's better off just going to what you call it, Ascension Dungeon and just AFK and the keystones it's better GP per hour. So I just feel like they wanted to show, I don't know, Gods Wars off, but I just feel like Gods Wars is just not worth the time. So
AGS
Yeah,
is
so-
rising like crazy though. That's one thing to keep
oh,
in mind.
that's a fair point. AGS that's why I wanted Legacy to bring back the PvP side, so stuff like AGSs will go up, so it makes PVM more worth doing.
Yeah, like if AGS is eventually go up to 50 mil again, it could happen if a lot of
Yeah, so-
PKers come back. I think that's probably going to happen.
So
Same
again,
with
that works
stuff
hand in
like-
hand then, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
if PvP has come back, this may be still a good thing for PVMers because it's a knock-on effect and they benefit each other. So that might be a positive thing of Legacy.
And Bandos is so cheap. I mean, I imagine people would probably try PK in Bandos, so that might make Bandos
Yeah.
rise a little bit.
Sean Tastic made a good point. They also said that they're going to make Barrows look more distinguishable rather than brown goop, as he put it. So yeah, basically, it does though, doesn't it? Actually, but the thinking of what I did here, I'm sure I watched the stream. They said they are thinking of making armor like sort of back to how it used to look. Not completely, but I've heard they are editing the graphics a little bit as well. With certain
Would that
things.
be optional or would that be for everybody?
I'm not sure how
It'll
much
be
detail.
probably buyable in
Bet-
Solomon store.
I think cosmetic.
Winnable in
Yeah,
the
Solomon
treasure
store.
hunter.
I would
Yeah.
really be sad, but if that happened. But like for PK, yeah, you want to know if someone's in DH. Although when they pull
Yeah,
out the
like-
massive axe, you can probably tell.
I don't know. At the moment, I can't tell the difference between like Torgs and Verax and stuff like that.
I can, but that's
100%.
just because I used to use them.
Yeah, I don't use them. I don't touch power sets.
Bobbleheads are cool though, aren't they?
I have a bobblehead, a nice 250 NGs I collected myself because I wanted to. Basically, I just raged because I couldn't get Vitalis, so I decided to go for a bobblehead.
You should see his house. It's just full of pets. Like,
I do
honestly,
have a,
it's like
I
it's
do
like
have
a
a rare
vet, man.
pet. Yeah, I do have a rare pet, which is a Phoenix Egglin, and a lot of people want one of them. So
Yeah, they
I
are
got
lovely.
my first, what's it called? From the automatons, those pets.
Oh,
the
Crestbot?
Crestbot, nah,
Yeah.
I've had 3 of them without even trying, and I've had 0 gloves.
I
so
got
yeah.
my first Crestbot at Jagex. So that was
Wow.
interesting. And that was actually
Oh,
on
nice.
my main
Oh
account.
yeah, I remember that because it come up in my message. I was like, crap. And
I
was like,
logged on for like 2 hours to do dailies and stuff, and then I did like 2 Slayer tasks, and I got a Crestbot. I was kind of
Nice.
hyped.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
I've
a
had-
penguin just went by.
I
Yeah,
had
but
that
I-
happen. I was doing Divination earlier, and a penguin walked literally on the square I was standing on.
There's one in GE at the moment, so I caught that one.
Yeah.
But not
I'm
sure
there
which.
right now. Well, it just walked right near the chopped Ibis. I was like, thanks.
Yeah.
What's the maximum limit of points you can have? Because I don't think
Uh,
I've cashed them in a while.
There's no limit. I don't think is there a limit?
I thought there was a limit.
For
I
what?
never done penguins.
It's 50.
Oh really? Okay.
And if
fair
you
enough.
have everything unlocked and you find all the penguins each week, including the ghost penguin, you get like 20 points a week or 22 points
Yeah,
a
but
week. or
good
something.
luck finding the ghost penguin. That
Yeah.
ninja.
No, you just hang in the ghost penguin
The friends
FC
chat.
and then you wait until they find it.
Again.
Oh yeah, I don't do penguins, so yeah.
There's an FC just for finding the ghost penguin. I would be surprised if it's still alive though. Maybe.
No, yeah,
Penguins are not worth doing at the moment. I think.
It
They may
depends
be-
where the locations are. Like if the locations are all pretty easy, which does happen sometimes, it's not too bad. But if you have like the penguins in Dorgesh Khan or locations like that, and it takes 5 minutes
No,
to
it's
get there,
the what do you call it? The Alvin, not the Alvin City. The is it
Yeah.
Nest?
sometimes
Yeah.
they're like hidden
Oh, yeah.
way away in the Elven Woods, and it takes
Good luck.
literally 5 minutes to run there.
It's when they're at the limestone mine. You're just like, yeah, I'm not getting that one. Or it's in the or it's in the wilderness, and you got that one guy with stupid PK gear. You're just like, go away.
I remember that. I remember there's a penguin, like, there's 2
Yeah, I remember
penguins at the lever, which is possibly the worst spawn of all time, and there's 2 PKers there, one in multi and one in single, and they're just killing everyone who came.
You're just like, I'm not gonna risk anything because I'm hunting penguins. You may get an NG pot if I'm like level 1 agility. Just go away. Stop being annoying.
You just
What
want
I-
to annoy people. It's like
Yeah,
raggers,
so
isn't it? In
It's
PvP.
just like, go away. I want to hunt penguins.
What I did is I hopped to a different world. I went in single. I stood on the exact same spot as the PKer who was in single, and then I hopped to that world, and I spotted
enough.
the penguin, then logged off. That's the way you gotta do it.
Experience.
Pro
right?
pro Death on tips from munclesonkey.
Exactly. I've done that sometimes. Like when people PK at the Rift, I log in on like the exact same spot that they are standing on, and then they can't tell that they're there, and then you can surprise stack them. It's kind of fun.
So is there anything like major which anyone else tested out Legacy over at Jagex, munclesonkey?
Yeah, you're the only
She
one that
noticed.
went.
Yeah.
I am, yeah. But I don't know. I mean, other than that, it's mostly just a PKing update or a way
And
for.
interface update.
That's what they needed. I feel like PK and EOC just not gonna work, and it never will, because of stuff like
There
I
are
don't
some
know.
famous like
Stuns
people who make
stuns
videos now
don't
about.
work. I don't. In my opinion, stuns don't work in PK. No one likes stunning in PK. That's just
They're
my
getting rid of it,
personal
though.
opinion.
I don't
They are
like how a lot of the changes that are being made in the beta right now are being made kind of in terms of PKing, but they're being made for EOC. Like people don't PK in EOC, so I don't really understand why they're trying to like
Yeah.
rebalance stunning and
That's
all that because
that's the whole point. They're
Yeah.
trying to fix it, but I don't want to. It's affecting PVM, in my opinion.
it does
I
though.
don't,
Like no
Yeah.
more
I don't want
stuns,
it to.
that does
Don't
affect PVM.
don't break something that is not broken. And
Yeah,
they're
because
just
Exactly.
don't
just
some
breaking it.
abilities, if you use them in the
Yeah.
right rotation, you stun first, and then if you hit while someone's stunned or while someone's stunned, you hit more damage or something. There's like the abilities do that at the moment, don't they?
Yeah,
With like melee,
something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
like backhand and then severe or something.
I know if you backhand while you're maging, you hit like 4,000 every time, which is pretty awesome.
Nice.
That's what I love. Someone told me that when I was at Ceradome, and they're like, yeah, if you use a melee stun when you're not meleeing on a boss that's not stunnable, it hits really high. So that was interesting.
Yeah, well, I don't use stuns anyway because monsters that you stun, it's not worth using because it hits 100% damage, like impact and stuff like that. And kick doesn't even hit, so it's not worth using.
It's
And
worth it.
places,
it's worth it at Cal Fight King if you use it correctly to like skip charges.
yes, but that's the only place stuns really work. But and every other boss is immune to stun, so you just ignore them. So yeah.
I hope they employ that in the future, like bosses where if you use stuns at the wrong time, it completely screws you over, but if you use it at the right time, it can really help you out. Because for one, it makes massing a lot more difficult, and for two, it makes exactly.
Yeah, but that's just because you can stun KK. That's the only place where.
But you can use the stuns to make the fight faster. So that's the strategy behind it.
But then again, it's still faster. Just put your side bits on and just sunshine while magic fix them.
But if you do stuff like I'm saying, if you skip the charge on melee phases.
Yeah. But you automatically do that because the fix it stuns it too long. It just stun blocks it. I totally agree. Stuns are kind of, but then again, a fix hit doesn't stun KK in the beta, so.
It does in the first hit.
Does it?
Yeah, and then the next 3 hits don't count as stuns anymore.
Yeah.
I always hated it when people use asphyxiate while KK is greening the tank, and then it switches and greens them.
I try and count.
Yeah, it's quite funny that.
But you just get the people like, oh, it's a waste of DPS though. It's just like, well, then you're gonna get randomly hit an 8K and die. So see ya.
So interface setup with Legacy, what do you guys prefer? Like, because obviously that big customizable interface which came out that launch, I thought that was a huge update. Obviously people had to take effort, and for PVM I think it's great because you can lay it out how you want with your abilities and things like that. Now with the old interface, what do you prefer, like the customizable or the fixed?
I love the customizable interface, and I was really surprised like how many people at the Legacy mode were saying like, oh, we missed the old brown interface. It's like, why? Why do you miss that? You can set it up however you like now. It's amazing.
My opinion is the whole reason they changed it is because you're just fighting through interfaces. You're just like, oh, I've got to switch this thing to spec, and then got to switch back to my inventory. And with EOCA, I can just put everything I need in one situation. That's just PVM aside, so I can have my prayers on one part and my summoning details and all my abilities open. And it's just much easier when you're fighting stuff like Raga. You need them things on your screen, otherwise you just. And like the old, I do like the old interface, but I just don't like fighting through interfaces. Like,
no, I like the customizable.
And then Legacy mode, the F keys are back, so it kind of sucks because you can no longer switch to interfaces. Like I have 1 through 0 all bound to a separate keys.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
So I can like, as you can see on the screen now, if you're watching the stream, I can like switch through everything, like magic abilities, clan chats, all that, just with pressing keys on my keyboard.
You use shift 1, 2, 3, 4, don't you? Well, I do anyway.
Well, I have them set up to separate keybinds.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay.
But,
yeah, that's what I don't like as well. Is you have to fight through ability bars to change ability bars. So that's why I never hybrid anywhere.
It's not
but
too
you can
bad.
Just press shift. I just press shift 1, 2, or 3 and just do that when I was at DK.
In my opinion, it's not responsive enough. It takes too long.
Yeah, but
if you
but you're like
if you do a hard double press.
Yeah.
You know what I do at DKs is I just do a hard double press every time I want to switch ability bars, and it helps because sometimes, like, it doesn't happen often, but sometimes if you press it once, it doesn't register. So
Yeah.
I liked the update where the cooldown got removed when you would switch between the ability bars or when you'd switch between a shield and everything. That was an amazing update.
So good at Virago when you get a random blue, you just like res a 4K.
Yeah, quickly switch over. It just made everything so much smoother.
made TDs not incredibly annoying anymore.
Yeah, that's the whole reason I did do TDs, because you're just like, I'll put on my C staff, use one basic, switch prayers. Let's just wait 5 minutes for the cooldown.
Yeah, I mean, before that, you pretty much had to momentum TDs because it was too annoying waiting for the abilities.
Because the switching that's the reason why DKs is very good for Legacy, because you don't have to switch ability bars.
That's true. I mean, I tried a little bit of DKs on the stream on Legacy, and they were doable. I mean, they're definitely harder than in the live game, but they weren't impossible.
That's because you can't stun Rex and just soul split off Rex.
No, but you can safe spot Rex again.
Yeah, but then it's just effort to lower it. But yeah,
because the spawns
spawns are quite fast, so you have to kill it before.
But of course,
and it's not world dependent anymore, is it? Because all worlds have the same spawn or something now.
The major Dagon King doesn't hit like 600 like he did pre-OC anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he hit high.
No, they hit like 300s. They're very accurate, but they don't like two-hit you like they used to back in the day.
Wait, Rex used to own you.
It's funny because, like, well, you could kind of tank Rex and Supreme, but Prime was just insane how high he hit.
Yeah.
I never understood why that is. Like, why did one of them have such higher damage than the other two?
It's because Jagged's realized protection prayers OP, so they had to make it so you use them. Like,
and that's the thing. Like, especially during the Legacy mode stream, so many people were complaining about no 100% protection prayers. It's like
I think, I don't know, for Legacy it may be I don't know, I feel like Soul Split is the same as 100% protection prayers for Slayer.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, for Slayer, kind of, yeah.
Because
but again, it would ruin PVM so much. You just couldn't do it.
No, because it just wouldn't work at Virago, because you just like pray mage, all the blue bombs hit nothing now. It doesn't work.
Exactly. Boulder's rotation this week would be like so easy. You would literally be able to do it with no armor. Like,
I just don't understand like how people consider it a good thing, because when EOC first came out, I hated no 100% prayer reduction, but after a while I got used to it. Now I would way rather have this.
Yeah, but you have stuff like shields which can help reduce damage / resonance / barricade and stuff like that. Plus you just soul split everything.
And also, like, what's the fun of going back to the PVM style where you put a prayer on, you click on a boss and wait for it to fall over and eat food every once in a while, and that's literally as exciting as PVM got.
It just takes a lot of effort using like learning abilities, but the effort, once you do learn it, you get so much more satisfaction, in my opinion, out of killing a boss like with the OC.
It's just not gear based, because before Next was just like, if you had pro Next, you win every kill. So pretty much you can just brute force it over someone that had like Armadillo. But now you have to, I don't know, with ability queuing, you're still spamming basics because you just want to get your bases off as fast as possible. But yeah.
See, I didn't feel like DPSing had much skill, but then when I actually bought Seismics and started learning how to DPS, there actually is quite a bit of skill involved, like when to use Wild Magic Asphyxiate, when you go into Waterfall and Virago to use Wild Magic and get it prepared so you use it automatically. And there's loads of little things where it's definitely for high level PVM when you start getting more skillful.
Yeah.
But if you watch people's videos, if you talk to people, if you're in a clan, I think it's made my gaming experience, it's improved my gaming experience on RuneScape because of the clan, which I joined, called the Nexicans or whatever. And, we're all like dead social together. We'll set up teams together for Virago, learning teams, help people learn, and all of that. I think that's improved greatly on the PVM sector of the game. Again, Legacy is focused just on PvP at the end of the day, isn't it? But if it's more people involved in the game, that's what I'm happy about. So with Legacy.
Yeah, I think like, oh, how's it going?
I got Dominoes. Jealous.
Nice.
What are you calling it? What topic?
Isn't Domino's like twice as expensive on Sundays though?
No, it's cheap.
Okay.
I got pepperoni, green olive, pan pizza. I got bacon, Philly cheese pizza. I got chicken. Yeah, gotta keep up my fat shape,
3 separate pizzas, or is all of this on one pizza?
I have a friend over, so my mom just got a bunch of pizza.
Well, fair enough.
Who's just like nicked all the toppings off other pizzas.
No,
Hell yeah.
they bought mixture pizza and you just get sliced. But yeah. My opinion, Legacy's for PvP, and hopefully, if it does fix PvP and people come back, this game's gonna be so much more lively. But
Yeah.
then again, I feel like people are just still gonna play 07 because people just want their 45 defense pures, which doesn't work in Legacy and never will because they balance the combat triangle.
I really hope that there isn't going to be like some huge rift that grows between Legacy players and EOC players, and they'll like flame each other all the time.
Yeah.
Because like when 07 was first released, pretty much all you saw in every single EOC video was talking about how much it sucked. So
I think that'll initially be like that, but
Yeah.
like now we don't really flame each other. It's just like kind of went away, but also because we're on the same game, I don't think it'll happen that often because I think that 07 players and RS3 players hate each other so much because they didn't talk to each other at all.
I don't know.
So they just sat in their
No.
corner and just hated the other, basically.
No, I don't think EOC hates 07. I feel like
I had a lot of
don't.
friends that hated it, so I don't know.
I
Really,
never heard like EOC players hating on
No,
07. It was mostly the
No,
other.
that's my opinion. I never heard EOC people just bash on 07 like, oh,
Because we're just getting on with it playing RS3. So
we don't care. We just honestly don't give. We don't care.
Yeah.
But you always get the occasional person that goes EOC is shit on your Twitch stream, and you're just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, at this point I just ignore them. I'm just saying like I
Just
hope
get your timeout, get your ban.
I hope that Legacy won't create more of a rift in the community.
Yeah, I
'cause-
don't want it. I don't want it to create like what. I don't want it to divide communities at the moment. 'Cause that's a really bad problem. There's two communities. It's just we don't have no interaction with each other. So
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
PvPers and PVMers never were really the best of friends. I don't think they ever really got along too well.
it's very
Even
two
years
completely
ago.
different styles of the game,
Gameplay.
isn't it? Different play styles, different community, different personalities. You know, and they do clash a little bit, supposedly. I don't know anyone who is a hardcore PVMer and a hardcore PvPer.
Yeah, me neither. I mean,
You're
I'm
one or
sure
the
there's
other,
probably a
aren't
couple people
Yeah.
out there like that, but mostly it's
Yeah.
either
but
one or
you
the
have
other.
your preference. You're either PvP or PVM, in my opinion, or you skill.
The
Yeah.
skillers. The skillers are the nicest people to talk to, though.
They
Yeah,
are.
So-
because like we'll miss
Unless
it.
they
Yeah,
even talk to
definitely.
you.
Yeah, they're
It
probably
might be
just
way
spamming.
too hard.
They're very casual gamers. They're not like, oh my god, it's not the best XP per hour. Must.
I love that about skillers.
Quest is
Like,
the best.
especially when you talk to the lower level players, like not to put down anyone or anything, but there are a lot of players that are lower level in my friends chat, and I absolutely love talking to them because I can actually have a conversation with them without them saying that like I'm being inefficient or I need to do warbands or something like that.
That's just a high level forum. Like it's just like.
Well, I
Like-
mean, I can't even talk to higher level people because they're always like, "Why are you not doing
Uh,
warbands and stuff like
yeah.
that?" You know?
Like on your videos, you just get the occasional person like, this is not the best XP per hour, and your guide failed. It's like, it's a guide for the casual player. It's not it's not for the efficient player, because most efficient players know how to be efficient. They don't need guides, in my
Exactly.
opinion. So why would you make a guide for the best XP per hour?
And you can't
Exactly.
really make a guide for the most efficient player because you're bound to forget at least like one tiny thing, and then they'll tell you that the guide is terrible.
Yeah, but
You can never
there's
feel
always that
perfect.
one person that's like, oh, you're not doing this. You're just like, well, whatever. Okay.
It's like 3 minutes into the video, you forgot to use fragmentation shot and then move one space back. This guide is terrible.
You're just like,
Yeah, damn right. That's true.
Flagged.
Anyway, so
Someone just
I
went-
think we
Wrinkly
should
just went,
probably
Oh.
wrap this up pretty soon because this is getting
Yeah.
to be a
It's like an
really-
hour and
Wrinkly
40
just
minutes, I
went-
think.
Yeah. So
My issue is the fact that people never seem to be happy with anything Wrinkly mentions in the Twitch chat. I
That's
suppose it's
true.
just change. You
No,
know, and
I'm
a lot of
happy-
people will have an opinion.
I don't know. I'm happy with EOC at the moment. It's
I'm
perfect.
happy with it.
There's
yeah.
nothing to complain about. It's really improved my game experience with stuff like Rago, in my opinion. Like, it's just much better to PVM with people than just like before I used to just be a solo RuneScape player. So, yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you guys
I wouldn't
just,
be playing right now if it wasn't here.
if you
Yeah.
guys just want to end off with like saying what are you most looking forward to with like the Elf City and also with Legacy mode.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first, I guess.
All right.
For Elf City, this kind of sounds stupid, but probably the lore, because I'm a lore junkie, and I would really want to know who the Dark Lord is, and I
I
don't know
heard you
if-
were gonna.
what.
I heard you were gonna make some lore videos or something.
Yeah, this
around
summer
this.
I'm gonna do a bunch of lore videos, and
Yeah. Yeah, good, because I wanted to get into the lore, and a lot of it's like stuff like Daemonheim. I want to get into stuff like that, and it's just there's no, I don't know, there's no very good source about lore in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
unless you want to read
And
like 50 pages on Rune Wiki.
yeah. So yeah, and I also want to see if like I think they confirmed that Sarin isn't coming back in the new quest. Maybe like in the next
No,
quest after that. But I
she
kind of
has
want her to
she
be
has to
back
come
because
back.
she's my favorite god. So
Yeah, same 7 for the win. She's my favorite god.
hell yeah. And for legacy mode, I'd probably say just like having a lot of like old friends come back because there's just the stigma of RuneScape's a nerdy game, but if legacy comes back, they'll get rid of that and be like, "Oh, I'll come back." And you get to play with your old friends again.
Cool.
Yeah, a lot of people quit with EOC. Like a lot of my real life mates just stopped playing because
Mm-hmm.
So Ash, what about you?
favorite thing about Elf City is permanent bonfires. I guess that maybe a silly one, but I'm just one of them people. I just don't like AFKing for 5 minutes for my bonfire, and then you just realize you have like 27 logs in your inventory because the fire went out. That's just my personal opinion. That's
UC problems.
yeah, see, that's Legacy. I prefer the PKN community to come back. If it does come back, it would be very good. Like we just, I don't know. I felt, what I mean. It's just I want PvP come back. So simple as.
All right, what about you, Justice?
The Solomon store for Elf City. No,
Nice one.
jokes. But probably the new training plots and the voice of Seren sounds pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to that. Even though I'm probably never going to be on at the right time for what I want to do, but
Yeah.
I think it'd be pretty cool. Like mining and woodcutting for me, different mining method other than war bands. So that'd be pretty interesting. And legacy mode for me is probably, again, bringing back more people to the game. Just making RuneScape more popular again outside amongst all the other games. So that's probably the two main things for Elf City and Legacy for me.
All right, I'll end off here, and I'll just say, like, for the Elf City, probably anyone who knows me well is going to be able to guess this, but it's the new Slayer Master, definitely. Really hoping Glacors become an assignable task. If not, that's okay. And hopefully we'll get some more training spots. Like, there are a few monsters in the game which could really use, like, additional places to kill them, like Iron Dragons, for example, because
the 4 spawns at Kurdal.
yeah, I mean that can only support one person, and often that's crowded. And the only other places to kill Iron Dragons like Brimhaven, where it's a really long run.
Yeah, you could run in there, 20-minute run. You might as well just you be done with your task when you get there.
So hopefully there'll be a new Slayer dungeon when that comes out, definitely, and I'm looking forward to that. And then for Legacy mode, it's mostly just because I was never much of a PKer. I think I made one PKing video ever, pre-EOC. So I'm looking forward to like at least giving it a fair shot. And it was just so much fun when I went to Jagex and got to PK some of the other players there. That I can't wait to do more of that, and I'm really looking forward to it. And we'll see how it goes, because like at Jagex, everyone was PKing in like super OP level 90 armor. So
yeah, like Torva and like.
It remains to be seen how well PKing is going to work out in Rune and whips and stuff like that. But
yeah.
Anyway, I mean that's about it for the stream. If you guys have any last words or anything like that.
I'm fat.
Happy escaping.
Put it out there, man.
Well, you're eating pizza right now, like 3
for all you efficiency people out there, no XP was lost during this podcast.
Not for me, at least. I don't know about you guys. I was slaying the whole time. So, I mean, you guys can go ahead and like just shout out your YouTube, Twitter, and all that if you want to.
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie.
No,
I'm pretty sure.
I'm not much of a shout out.
Sounds just like him. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Wait, because I am him.
You are me, and I am you.
But yeah, I do have a YouTube channel, but I'm not much of a person to shout or anything. But I've been making videos for around 7 months now, and it's going pretty cool, going quite well. And I'd say my playstyle is social PVM, so I try and portray that in my videos, just having a laugh with mates at different bosses. Quite a lot of high-level PVM content on there, so yeah.
All right. I mean, you want to shout out your Twitch and YouTube, Nooblet, or no?
Sure. Heavensnooblet for my YouTube and Fat Nooblet for my Twitch. Very much, I guess. I guess.
sure you
I don't know.
All right.
Make sure you don't sub.
And all of their
Just
links.
like, please.
If you're watching this on YouTube, their
Just
links
like
will
and
be in
flag,
the
bro.
description as well. But anyway, that's about all. So thanks for watching the stream, guys. Maybe we'll do another podcast if this goes over well sometime eventually. And yeah, farewell.
All right.